No. We're here. We're live.
Rock bottom. We've hit rock bottom. That's the name of the episode.
Is it?
Yeah, the name of the episode, rock bottom.
Oh, okay. I forgot.
Yeah. Is Drew fucking with us, or does he actually not have... Is he not coming through at the moment?
He's just messing about, I think. No? What?
Do you want to reset Jitsi or something?
This is insane. I hate computers. I mean, it's what I do for a living, but I still hate them.
Are we starting again, or is it...
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear you now?
We got you. Now is Hamish's... No, so I'm joking.
Now Chris needs to go and come back, or else
right,
he's got Bobby.
Right, okay.
And Chris is not allowed Bobby.
Are we keeping all this?
Yeah, why not?
Cool.
It's... I mean, I can stop and make a new recording if you want.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, how's that?
This is definitely a behind the curtain sort of a podcasty thing.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of the screen now, Drew, by the way, so that's excellent.
How it really, like, is it just...
Yeah, he's in the middle of my screen now.
So
like, he's above the flag, he's central in the horizontal as well.
Okay. Right, so it all folded out appropriately.
Yeah, I never see episode names when I'm watching. And they don't come up. I like it when shows, if they've got an episode name, I like it when it comes up at the start. They don't do that.
Yeah, I just forget to look.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So is this episode six? Seven? Six.
So how many have we got left in season?
10 in the first season, I think.
Yeah. Is that many? Because I did, like I say, when I watched this episode, and I sort of accidentally watched from here to halfway through season 2. I kept doing, okay, I'll just watch the next episode.
It's that kind of show, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
You're like, I want to know what happens next.
Yeah. So this is. I think this is my favorite talking episode. So far, right? And I see what you mean by like this, like the when you were talking about previous episodes being the prologue. Because this felt like it was the first talking episode where it was the present, I guess, in that kind of way. Like the last episode was like an action episode. Like there was a lot of talking in it, which I like when they do that. Because sometimes, like when in Game of Thrones, where they did like their battle episode of the season, the ones that were intertwined with other stuff was always more interesting than just, okay, we're just going to give you, like the battle at Castle Black, beginning to end, just one big battle. I kind of get a bit like, as great as all those shots were, and they must have spent an absolute fortune.
I think part of the difference is like episode 2 and 3 were kind of talking, getting ready for something episodes, but very much like that was things happening to them. Whereas now they're in control and they're deciding what they should do. And
very much. Yeah, this is the first time, really, since the start of the show, that the Can't survivors, Rocinante crew, whatever you want to call them, they've had their own agency and the choice of what to do.
Yes.
And how they deal with that in this episode shows that they've bonded together as a crew. Sorry, I mean to sweetie.
What is it?
Celebrations. I went to visit my sick mother, and she doesn't eat chocolate much, so I got all chocolate.
You got free chocolate. Yeah. Which celebration are you eating?
That was a marathon, I think. Sorry, what do you call them?
Yeah. Oh my god! Snickers, like
I didn't think anything of it though. I do. Yeah, it's still marathon in my head, and I have to do a translation every time.
Snickers for 30
I know.
plus years.
Same with what's opal
fruits?
Yeah.
What are they called? Starburst.
Starburst. Yeah.
I suppose it's because, like, when you're an adult, you don't really.
Well, yeah, when you're a kid, you pay attention to the names of the sweets big time. Once you've got that in your head.
Hamish, do you happen to? There was a candy bar. It was actually a candy bar that I liked when I was a kid that nobody else remembers. I don't suppose you remember Texan bars.
God, yeah. People don't remember them. I loved those.
They were delicious.
They were the best.
Yes.
They were like caramel, like a sort of semi-solid caramel bar with just chocolate on it, and they were big, and they were great. And they had like sort of cowboy animation adverts.
Yes.
But when you were going to say something, I thought he's going to say something that I'm going to go, oh yeah, I know that one. But when you said the one that is actually the one,
nobody
remembers them. Yeah, I know. And the other ones,
I was like, did I dream them?
No, Texans were real. We need that. Texan bars were real.
In support of Alex.
When we finally get round to bringing Hamish on the freebooters, we could do a tier list of old sweets.
Well, funnily enough, not sweets, but in what I don't know what date this is. Obviously, it doesn't matter to people that are on the. Hang on, I've got a thing on my screen that I don't recognise.
Oh no! I reckon the last time this happened, ships started blowing up.
Yeah, no, it's nothing to do with that. No, I was looking at the calendar. Then I thought somebody will be watching this on a video, so it might not make sense to them anyway. But point is, if you're watching this soon after the video is uploaded, in about a week's time, week and a bit. I'll try that again. The first Wednesday of every month I do a show with a chap called Aaron, aka the Brother Voodoo. And it's called The Cultural Exchange. And the next episode, our big talking point is old construction toys. So it'll be
like Tonka trucks and stuff.
No, construction ones. So like Meccano, Lego.
Of course, you were a Meccano kid. Like that's.
Meccano was great.
Yeah. No, anyway, I don't want to get that's definitely an aside. I don't want to spoiler the thing. My hair's gone all over the place now.
I had a little bit of Meccano, but it was Connects and Lego, which was.
Well, I had my dad's old Meccano, so I had like 1950s.
Excellent, OG as they say.
Like a huge clockwork wind-up motor with a huge like key. It was great. Yeah.
You can come and join us on that episode if you want. Yeah, if you're around at 7:00 on the first Wednesday of the month. Yeah, we're always happy to have guests on. That's not a problem. It just happens to be the two of us most of the time. Anyway, so the crew. This is the one where they have the most.
What you were talking about them being a crew. There's a lovely little bit right at. I think it's literally the last shot. And it's just because they've had a bit of trouble with Amos because they pissed off because he's the one who responded to the distress call, and then at the end everybody's kind of okay with each other.
You mean you mean Holden?
Amos,
Holden did.
Amos is the one that's pissed off.
Yeah,
gotcha.
and then they're at the end they're all kind of okay with each other. And Holden just has this lovely little, very, very slight smile on him, like, yeah, this is where.
Yeah, he sort of looks around, sees the crew all doing their thing, and sort of goes, this is it.
Like brings a little tear. He's just like he's where he should be. This is what he's made for.
Yeah.
And also, of course, this scene here. I don't know if you can see it.
Painting the logo in the Rocinante.
Yeah,
because what happens is, obviously for Alex and Naomi are on the ship waiting for Holden when he turns up, and he goes, "Oh, I guess Hamos didn't want to come or isn't turning up." And he said, "Oh no, he'll be here in a minute." And then we go to the outside of the ship after a little bit, and he's out there painting the.
That was lovely,
on the side.
Yeah. Do you know when they came out at the beginning of the episode and they both had their guns pointed at not Brian Johnson, Fred Johnson.
Fred Johnson,
that's another one for the list of notes. It's because it's like, just to me, Fred and Brian, they're just like very regular names, like it's
standard issue.
Yeah,
and Johnson's not a really unusual name either,
like it's almost like an incognito kind of name.
Well, that's the thing about a lot of the names in the show are a bit weird.
Yeah,
and sort of multinational, and then other ones are just like completely vanilla.
You need to say something about that because you've got Christian Avasarella.
Christian, it's her name as well. Christian,
Scandinavian first name with a and then there's another prominent one where I think it's I can't remember, but there's another prominent one where
Naomi is Naomi Nagata.
Yeah, that's it. Naomi, European name, Nagata, Japanese name. So it's just like it's just a way of illustrating how mixed Earth is now. How into I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, but when Holden and Amos were coming out of the ship and they had their guns at Fred Johnson, I gotta be honest, right? I like both of those characters, and they're definitely growing on me. But my head was like, one of those is the Paragon shepherd, and one of those is the Renegade shepherd. You know, like it was kind of
Yeah, no, you've still got to. You don't understand. This sounds like I'm being a dick, but you don't understand Amos yet.
You don't understand Amos yet.
Let him sit and observe him, and then you'll understand him later, and you'll be like, I love Amos. So
Yeah,
much.
well, if you pay attention to Amos, you will eventually grow to like him. And there's a little bit of it in this episode, actually.
I was going to say we got a clue that he grew up in brothels. That's sort of clue number one. Put that on your corkboard.
He's talking to Alex, isn't he? And he's talking about how important it is, like the people that look after their people. Because if you're pro sex worker or something, presumably you're going to take a relatively hard line against trafficking, right? Like that's the.
Yeah, that's the point. He's got. Yeah, I don't want to give away too much Amos or future Amos stuff, so I won't say too much. But yeah, he's obviously. He's not offended by the guy sort of coming up to him, but at the same time he's like, oh yeah, but how's it here? How they're looking after you and all that sort of stuff. So he's not anti at all. Sorry, the neighbours just went by with a giant pumpkin and his kid. Shows you what time this time of year this video's been recorded. So Amos is I mean, the thing is, you don't know how good Wes Chatham is until
the time
later on, and you see more about Amos, and you go, "Oh my god, he was doing that so well from the get-go." You know, there is never a wavering ambiguity about Amos. It might seem like it to outsiders, and it does actually come up in the show. People say things in the show, kind of like what you thought of him earlier and stuff. You get a lot of that, but it's not Amos. But Wes Chatham knew Amos right from the start. And he's done it so well. He is so good at it.
Yeah, there's little moments that you'll only attach significance to on a rewatch because it's like it's Amos being what he is that you don't know yet.
Yeah.
And just little moments. Yeah, it's hard to talk about.
It's difficult, but as I say, Wes Chatham is. I mean, the whole main cast and a lot, and I mean a lot of the wider cast. I'm not just talking about the four crew or whatever. Almost everybody in the show, it seems like they've just chosen the perfect actor for every sort of speaking role that's a bit more
there isn't even an exception to that. Everybody is astoundingly good.
I think about this about a lot of other shows as well. Like there are shows that you can tell have a great cast, but they've been let down either with direction or plot or something like that later on down the line. And it's like casting directors don't get enough credit because sometimes they can make or break a show in their own right.
Well, that was one of the things they said though in sort of behind the scenes type chats. When they were casting Bobby, they very clearly said we want I can't remember if they specified Pacific Islander or whatever, but they wanted somebody basically dark skinned. Not some skinny thing, she had to be sort of athletic, but still, sort of tough and athletic, I suppose, is a bit of a, and dark skinned. I mean, she is, I think she's Samoan or something in the book. I can't remember exactly, but she's Martian actually. That's not fair. But the point is, the cast, a lot of the people sending people along, agents, not the casting director, but the agents were sending along these skinny blonde women that couldn't do any action, or and it's like crazy. They, all the people that they still got sent along, no matter what they say. But so casting directors do. Although one of the simpler jobs is weeding out that kind of nonsense, but also seeing who does what. And that's another thing that comes up. I think I mentioned it in a previous episode, is that when they were casting Amos. They saw hundreds of good actors, but only 2 got Amos. And it was a bit of a close run thing apparently as to whether Wes Chatham or the other guy got it. But the other guy comes in this episode, I think. He got another role. He's
the other one who got Amos, I believe it was Steve Coogan.
No, it's not Steve Coogan. It's the actor. I think it's the guy that gets the
It's a Deus Ex dude, right?
The spy guy.
Oh, Elias.
Yeah.
Is it
Elias.
Elias?
Yeah, I think he was the other actor that was.
Yeah, because Adam,
Good
we're going to call him. We're obviously going to refer to his character as Adam Jensen.
Why
Who
Adam?
is, he's the character. He's
Why
the
not
character.
JC?
He's Adam Jensen in the Deus
I
Ex.
don't know who Adam Jensen is. You see,
No.
that's the problem.
He plays.
He's kind of Jason's father in
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's the.
Anyway, yeah.
So
Chris, bring it back, room, man. Bring us under control.
Okay, so the cool thing about this episode, right? So a lot of this episode, if following through the Fred Johnson sort of plot line, a lot of this episode is negotiating basically the crew keeping the ship, because Fred Johnson's like, oh, you just drove a very nice ship into my garage. I'm not letting you.
I love how he's like, obviously you're going to give me the ship, and then like, hang on.
That's the price of
Nobody's
saving
taking
your
this
life.
thing, you know.
Yeah, and it's like,
yeah,
so,
but I like the way he tries different angles. He tries the tough guy approach, but he also tries the angle of, the Martian Navy aren't going to let you keep this thing, and you know, he tries all these different ways of sort of finagling it. And
I do love the early bit where he's trying to strongman it, and he sent the dude out to sort of infiltrate onto the ship, and then Naomi's like, "That dude you've got."
Yeah, it's like this huge, what they call PDC. It just goes straight at the guy that's trying to break into the ship. Yeah,
because it's like he's assuming that it's not jailbreaked, so it's like they've
that's part of it, I think. Yeah.
And it's full military Top Gear, so they can probably do all kinds of stuff.
They can probably wreck the station.
You can take the station out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So obviously, so because I'm not sure, like I took Fred Johnson at his word when he said, if other Martians see that parked in the garage, they're going to fucking ask questions.
Oh, yeah,
they're going to, you know.
Yeah.
Because
I think that's partially. Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong about that, but he was definitely using that as a sort of "let me take this off your hands" gambit. Let me make your life easier with the Martians.
More trouble than it's worth.
Yeah. And we saved your life, so it's like, and where else are you going to fucking go? You know, so obviously,
Cortina for you.
Yeah. Switch it out for a mini or something. Yeah. So a lot of the episodes, them negotiating.
Sorry, which one? What was that, Hamish?
Malteser.
Oh, they're
I like them all. Yeah, they're one of the best. Because
they're not like Maltese. Like they're more chocolate with like little bits of Malteser in, right?
It's got kind of a chunk. It's like a small Malteser inside a bigger chocolate.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's nice.
Oh,
sorry. Carry on.
I like, those kind of Maltesers. Yeah. I hope they do a plant-based one. They do a plant-based Kit Kat. That's nice. Anyway,
I've seen your video.
This plot line is about them basically negotiating keeping the Rocinante, and hang on, one of the ship. And they actually in some ways get a upgrade / side grade, because from what I gather they're basically fitting it out so that it looks like a junk. That's not
100% clear in the episode, but it is obviously as soon as you start the next episode you get it, because you see more external shots. But they've disguised it for them. They've disguised it as a gas.
I think that's superficial. I don't think they've done anything internal. That is just
they've just slapped stuff
so they can travel incognito basically.
Up to a point.
You're not if they looked at closly.
Yeah,
but which is so that's like that's beneficial to them, of course.
Yeah.
So that's
probably just all scrap though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they probably just glued scrap to it, gave it a bit of a kick in.
Calagas
yeah, that's what it's like. Giant Calagas canisters. These ones are empty. Bring them back. You know.
I have a theory. I think this is a clue for the scopuli not actually being destroyed. The scopuli actually just went through a retrofit similar to that, and is actually somewhere.
Which one was the scopuli? Please remind.
No, what makes you think the scopuli was destroyed anyway?
Because they say the scopuli was destroyed, don't they?
Or
did it go missing?
Nobody ever says that. It's gone missing.
Okay,
The
all right,
Scopuli
all
is
right.
the ship that they board right at the beginning. Scopuli is it's like abandoned.
That's the abandoned one. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
That's the one that had
okay,
the
right,
trap in it.
Mm.
So
shit.
nobody's
Okay.
ever said that was destroyed.
All
And
right.
we know
that.
as viewers where it is as well. We know it's parked somewhere near wherever the
Okay. All right. I forgot
Canterbury
that
got
was the
destroyed.
Scopuli. I thought the Scopuli didn't appear.
I get the Scopuli and a couple of other ships mixed up.
It does get that way because they mentioned the Anubis by now as well.
Yeah, Anubis is one of
The
them.
Anubis is another
Anubis.
ship.
Or Anubis.
Or Anubis.
Yeah,
as
that's
Miller
quite
says,
it's quite
yeah.
amusing that, but yeah. Well, I mean, why would they know Egyptian mythology when they grew up in the belt? You know.
Well, exactly. Yeah. So it's I like that. It's a nice little touch. I don't know if it means anything or whether or not it's just Miller being.
It's just Miller flavor. You know, is how do we say this? As far as I'm aware.
So yeah, okay. Because I was going to say like the Scopuli is like I don't know. Is it hidden in plain sight or that's not the Scopuli or something like that?
No, the Scopuli. We've seen. Yeah, there's no spoiler here. We've seen the Scopuli. They boarded it. It had a fake Martian. Well, it had a Martian technology fake beacon on it that lured the Knight in, and then the Canterbury got destroyed. Then the Knight escapes, and doesn't escape. It gets ignored because they're so. It's like whatever.
Yeah. All right. Then I guess my leading thought is that Fred Johnson's taken a particular interest in all this because it'll probably be another faction within the OPA that's probably causing problems.
Well, I think Samuel Johnson is honest about his motivations. He just wants a seat at the table. He says,
I mean, they literally have that conversation in the episode. They want a seat at the table. He knows and also all the things we were sort of fumbling around are explained in this episode about where Tycho Corporation, Tycho Station comes into everything because when Christian Avasarala and her boss are talking about why Fred Johnson's got involved in everything, they say, Tycho, they're the ones that they explicitly mentioned they're the ones that spun up Ceres and
she also says that Tycho is an Earth Corp, which is so it's an Earth Corporation that Fred Johnson is running on. Eros? Is it Eros?
Well, it's not really anywhere. It's Tycho Station. It's an independent station.
But she says Tycho is Earth Corp.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like he's still.
Well, he's an Earther. So
yeah. He might have left it.
He's a Belton now. He's
yeah, but the business.
So I don't. Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
No,
I don't remember the exact details of that, so I'm going to stop talking.
He's a Belter in like he has emigrated to the Belt, right? And there's also
but the Earth and Mars own almost everything that's out there. They own all the stations.
And actually, from their point of view, they might not even consider OPA to be legitimate, right?
Oh yeah, no, they don't. Yeah, again, I've watched ahead, so I don't know which lines are from this show and which lines are from, but they're specific.
Yeah. So, so this is Fred Johnson making a comeback. Ooh, Twix, nice. So they get the junker.
If you can I before you go on to the next bit, there's two things I want to mention, and if I don't do it now, I'll forget because I'm awful. Yeah. One is something that I haven't noticed on any of my other watch throughs, and one is a science/logistics question. So the first one. When Uncle Mateo slings the rocks at the Martian ship, when I'd watched it previously, I thought he destroyed the Martian ship and got caught up in the explosion. I thought that's what happens. But I noticed on this episode, he doesn't destroy it. He hits the Martian ship, doesn't really do a ton of damage, and then they launch a missile and blow Mateo up. So I'd misunderstood that.
Well, he was drunk and he missed, basically, is the gist of it.
He hit them, like he did some damage, but
not enough.
But my science/logistic question: why do they explode the big ice rock into little ice rocks?
I think Mateo does that. I think he breaks it up deliberately.
Yeah, but why? Because that's for transport. He's just got to transport it back to wherever, right? Why does he break it up to transport it? It's the same mass either way. It's just a more awkward.
Oh, it's not for transporting it. He breaks it up early deliberately. They try to break. What they tried to do previously is break it up inside that net so they can capture bits.
Mm-hmm.
They don't take the whole thing back anyway.
Oh, I thought. Oh, they. I thought they took the whole thing back in the net.
No, that wasn't the intention. But that's what they do. That's what he does while they've got it. They're transporting. But the idea is that they blow it up and take the bits they want, rather than having the whole thing.
Okay.
It is a wee bit. I'm a wee bit confused about it myself because it's from the sort of point of view of the physics of it. But if you go back far enough into that little sub story, he is trying to break up the thing, and it goes wrong.
That makes sense.
So there's actually things go wrong with that. And then the Martians come along and start hassling them. The whole thing is a bit more mixed up than it would have been if it had been a mission that had gone smoothly.
Okay, thank you, man, for me. Back to Chris.
So when at that stage, like they get harassed by the cops.
Yep. All the Martians that are in the area. Yeah.
Okay, so they were Martians. Okay, good.
Yeah, those were Martians that boarded their ship. Yeah.
Oh, and were they the same Martians that?
Yeah.
Or was it just okay?
Yeah, he drunkenly goes after them.
Oh yeah,
and that's why. Because at first you're like, why the fuck would he just dump his nephew at the airlock? But that's because he's saving his nephew because he's going to make a suicide run.
Yeah, because they stop him from going through the trade route, right?
Yeah.
So in order to go, so he'd have to go around, but he doesn't have the fuel to go around.
The fuel to do it,
so he's basically.
And the reason they're kcops, so they're going to be dicks from the start. But they think that Belters blew up the Donager.
Yeah. They actually mentioned that. You know, they blame him.
They're taking it out. Belters.
It's that sort of this Muslim. Some Muslim did this, so all Muslims are bad type attitude.
Yeah.
But incidentally, anybody watching from the nuclear wasteland, I hope World War III was good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, there could be people that have. Are there still like people alive from World War One? No, I remember. Oh no, there isn't, is there? Because it's
I thought so. Because
no, I remember when the last
they'd have to be 110.
Yeah.
There might be a couple of people that are that age, but not that fought in the war or anything, because they would have to be like 18, 20, or 16 to 20 years older.
There's I remember there's something beyond the news that the last person who fought in World War War died.
I presume that was probably the last British one.
I would imagine. Yeah.
Could be Canadian. Americans.
Because I thought, there could be people that survived 3 world wars. That's quite an achievement.
Well, let's be honest. Not many people are going to survive the one that's coming.
Yeah, the third one's going to be the problem. The bottleneck there.
That's all right. I've dug a hole at the end of my garden and
you
put
could.
some. But I mean, it will be the nuclear waste or the nuclear. What does the nuclear waste do with all the microplastics? And
God, yeah.
I mean, all
so many interesting things to look forward to.
Huge population reduction will help with a lot of our problems.
And also, if the octopuses get like radiation, evolution, like in Fallout, we are so done because like octopi or octopuses or octopodes, whatever you want to go, they've already got a right to be pretty pissed off with all the shit that we've shoved in the water.
Yeah,
dolphins as well. They should be pissed off.
Dolphins as well. Not only, and also raising the sea temperature as well. So like we've just basically. So the second they get any kind of leg up on us, we are so fucked.
So basically, World War III is going to be us versus us, and then World War IV is going to be the sea versus us.
Oh, it's like that Einstein quote. It's like, I don't know what weapon. Like, I know what.
I know the one you mean.
I don't know who's going to I know who's going to be fighting in World War III, but
no, I know what weapons will be used in World War III. I don't, but World War IV will be sticks and stones.
World War IV will be
sticks and stones. Yeah, so it's like
octopuses with spears.
Yeah.
8 spears coming at you at the same time.
Oh my God, we don't stand a chance. I'll tell you what, right? The true story, I swear to God, right? One time when I was at school, about 13, 14, my mate Rodders said, he just turned to me one day and goes, he's well known for really disliking seafood. And he goes, you know what, Chris, I think I'm going to work myself up to some fish fingers soon. And the reason he hates...
That sounds like something weird euphemism. A weird euphemism.
Well, it gets weirder because the reason he has such a phobia of fish and seafood is because when he was about 5, he was walking along a beach and an octopus came out of the sea and just went face hugged him.
No, come on.
And
I mean, that's either going to give you a phobia or a fetish. One way
exactly.
Have you seen The Boys?
Yeah.
But he was apparently he felt he says he was very lucky because
what was that one?
Mars, Galaxy. Sorry.
The Galaxy.
And that's the last one. It's a very small. It's not a full size celebrations. It's just a sort of pouch thing.
Yeah, the tease size.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, actually, is that he like a man walking his dog who happened to pass by, like ripped it off him.
Wow. Are you sure he's not misremembering seeing Alien for the first time?
And I suppose, like, I don't know if the fact that he needed help. I mean, he was only like 5 or 6, so that is like a proper traumatizing experience. That's like, it's the way that he just approached the fish finger situation, where it's like, this is
I'm
my
working
Goliath.
up to some fish fingers.
A fish finger is quite far away from an octopus.
I don't understand why the trauma of seafood or a sea animal attacking them or whatever. I don't quite understand how that affects eating them, though. You know, that's like saying, I once went past a farm and a pig shat on my foot, so I don't eat bacon. You know, it's like a bit of a weird connection, really.
You want revenge? You're going to eat as many.
Revenge, exactly. That's it. Yeah.
I mean,
I shall avenge myself upon thee.
I don't know. Maybe I mean, it doesn't seem massively inconceivable that if a pig shits on your foot or something,
just give you a sense of disgust.
I don't know if there was like a taste. You know, like if you got a bowl of salt water.
Oh, maybe
maybe if it inked in his mouth.
That's
a little bit arousing. So we should.
That just reminds me. There's just 2 guys sitting on a wall one day. One says, "What would you do if a bird shat on you?" He goes, "Well, I wouldn't go out with it again for a start." Sorry, it's a day for old jokes. I did an old joke at my mum's as well, and she actually laughed out loud. So I was like, "That's good." Get mum. I might as well now. A polar bear goes into a bar, and he says, "I'll have a gin and tonic." And the barman says, "Okay, but why the big pause?" He says, "Oh, they stopped me sliding around on the snow and ice."
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Carry on.
That's not bad. Okay, are we going to go with Uncle Mateo, or are we going to go with the Ross and Auntie?
Well, Uncle Mateo's dead now, isn't he?
Yeah, let's do Uncle Mateo. We kind of come like police. We're at police.
Oh, Carrie, yeah. Sorry, we kind of jumped around a bit. Yeah, do carry on because of the physics question.
Yeah. Gets harassed by the police. You know, and is sticks 2 fingers up him because he's drunk and he can't really think of anything better to do.
I think he gets drunk to give himself the Dutch courage to do it. I think
I think he's working himself up to it. There is a bit of
listening to the speeches from Thingy.
Oh yeah. Series station?
Like the political speeches from series, and to psych himself up.
Yeah, he's watching that stuff from that rabble rouser on the promenade place.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky to follow, but you know, I mean, you get the gist of it. But like, that one
be the first time I watched it, and obviously still didn't quite get it.
Because at first it's like, why did he throw his nephew out of the airlock? What's that all about?
Yeah. Because to me, I didn't recognize those cops, or like it didn't register to me that those cops were Martian, and that was important. For all I know, I just thought they could have been just cops, space cops. You know,
one of those things. Yeah, first time through, there's no reason for you to necessarily think they're Martian. But on a rewatch,
they do say a couple of things, but it's not exposition dumped in your face. It's just
on a rewatch. I mean, even what their ship's called, the Scipio Africanus, which is that sounds like a Martian ship name. After you watch the whole show, you kind of get a sense of which names are which. And Roman, I think, wasn't he? Scipio Africanus.
So I don't know. So the kid is obviously the kid who's siphoning the water.
Yeah, it's the same kid all along. Yeah, he pops up a lot.
Yeah,
but he's got an arc.
Yeah, because they hit you quite hard with that because they do the previously on, and he's appeared on that. So I knew it was him straight away because like if you know when they do those shows and they do previously on and they do something that isn't in the last episode.
Yeah, you know that's.
You know that's got some significance.
Yeah, they'll do a little bit of like catch you up, and then they'll do a little bit of remember this guy, because So I knew it was him off the bat, and then they start off by saying like, "Oh, you don't want to be, going back siphoning water again or something."
Yeah, he does.
Like,
That
felt because I'd watched the.
If you hadn't watched it previously, that would have felt okay, but with the two together, it's like
it's like okay, yeah, I get it. But then again, first time watching it through, I don't mind things being spelt out a little bit, so it's okay. And sometimes I do give a little bit of poetic license in that. Well, obviously, it's the story is told in glimpses, like as stories do on television, right? That's like it's obvious we're not literally watching everything unfold in real time. So obviously, what is shown is of importance. We know, so I'm just describing how television works at this point.
Yeah, well, also it's that bit about if you're not writing about the most interesting part of the character's life, why you'd bother him or something like that, isn't it? Vague thing. That's a bit of a misquote, probably, but
but it's So so is that all the Uncle Mateo stuff then?
There's not a ton to it. Yeah.
And then so we catch up with the kids, presumably. With an arc. So this is sort of more.
Oh, sorry, I kind of gave something away there. I suppose that he's not going to just be floating in space forever.
I think that's fine. That's barely a spoiler.
I
given that he's popped up and again, I think it's fair to say that
you realise when his uncle attacks, he did that to save him. So you make it's a reasonable assumption that he's going to be.
And also because. It's very obvious that he. Drew's just been vaporized.
No, not again.
Damn OPA.
Don't blame us. It's always us. It's always Beltalowda.
Beltalowda.
And also it's like when you realize, because the obvious bit of the story is obviously he puts him in the airlock. You think, oh, he's gonna jettison him for to save air or something.
It was very confusing the first time.
I think it was to say, I can't afford to look after this kid anymore because blah blah blah. So I'm gonna kill him. Is what I thought I did the first time.
Because also it does sort of nod to that with Dawes, doesn't it?
Yep, the Dawes stuff is amazing in this episode.
I love two things in the Dawes meeting. When he first comes in, and his thugs are roughing name Miller up, and he says you can't do that's Miller, you can't do that. He's Star Helix, like very performatively, And then of course, partway through, he says, "You're in love with Julie Mel." Like I get it now. You're in love with Julie Mel.
Is he?
Yes. Yes,
and also the story about Dawes. Well, you come back to that. Let's not jump ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, so Dawes sort of signals. That's where I kind of got the idea that there might be some bait and switch with the scopuli because they did it with the Rocinante. So I did.
I see your train there. Yeah, I see.
I can see the train of thought you had, but
But judging from your reaction,
once you know the ships, once you know which ship's which, it sort of comes back around to like, oh no, that's the ship that was there.
Because my
it makes more sense by the end of the series as well.
I mean, as far as Chris knows right now, somebody could have gone and got the scopuli.
Yeah,
and it could
things could have changed by now. Yeah. What I mean is, we there was you had made the assumption that something had happened to it, but we've not seen that. That's what I meant. Really.
I'm still thinking that Julie Mao's alive. Because Dawes won't give a straight answer to that question about whether she's dead or not.
I was just enjoying Hamish and I trying to make the blankest expression.
I'm thinking it could go either way, but they're going to find they're either going to find a body or keep your expressions blank.
His eyes went to the side there. Sorry, what?
or she's hiding in plain sight. Someone is hiding in plain sight, right?
You're obsessed with that at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, next episode, the Rocinante is going to be hiding in plain sight, so
yes,
that should satisfy you.
No, it doesn't satisfy me. It only makes my hunger grow. Like it's like because this is one of those shows. Game of Thrones does it too, where you get echoes of things, right? So it's like one thing doesn't happen in isolation, right? And if it looks like it happens in isolation, it's definitely not happening in isolation.
You're not wrong, but not in this case. I think you're just
No, I'm going to be wrong 90% of the time because
that's part of the fun. Unfortunately, we get to remember all the things we thought of as we went along as well.
Yeah. So there's something big hiding in plain sight, like that, and there'll be a big reveal presumably by the end of the season, as be like, that was that all along. Is it like, oh, Julie Mao? Turns out Amos is Julie Mao. Wow!
No, that would be quite a switch.
But the thing is, this show isn't going to do something like that. Amos is Julie Mao because the breadcrumbs will be there.
Is Julie Mao that space station?
Yeah. Doors.
She's actually the left
Mao.
Airlock, the port airlock from the Rocinante. That's what it is.
And the thing is that I don't think it's like Doors is Julie Mao but she's just had really good plastic surgery. Like, obviously,
amazing plastic surgery.
Yeah, it's like, are you sure you want to be made like really ugly and worse, and then change your gender and then?
Get 40 years older.
Get 40 years older and have a different accent. We'll get, like it. So, but there's something. It's in, and the fact that you're obviously at that bit where I'm skirting something you don't want to spoil, then I'm going to keep looking for it, but I'm probably not going to find it, and so
Chris is a little bit like Miller. Like he's on the scent.
That's another thing. When we talk about Miller, I'll try and remember this. I'm like Drew. I forget things if I don't blurt them out.
I do. There's been things that I've meant to say in previous episodes we just forgot because we didn't. Yeah. So do you want to?
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably for the bit.
We're on a Millery bit now, so it fits.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Well, the thing is, Miller's realised in this episode that everybody underestimates him. But he realizes why, because he's got himself into a rut as well. Yeah. And he's like, and he says something along the lines of, I'll try my dumbest best or something.
Pathetic best.
Pathetic best, that was it, yeah. When he's talking to, I forgot her name, Athena Kirkanis' character.
Ex-partner lady.
Yeah. So when he's talking to her, and I mean, she saves him, which was... I thought very poetic and fitting, because I think at first you think, oh, has his partner got up at his sick bed to save him? But nah, of course not. It's the one person that actually still cares about him that much is her.
Is Havelock still resting up, or do we not know? Or
you won't. It's not a spoiler. Say somebody's not anyway. You won't see him again. He's fine. He's happy.
The story moves away from him, and he's getting better.
Oh, okay.
That's really, Well, because already as of the end of the episode that Miller gets sacked anyway from Star
Yes,
Helix.
He does.
So,
hang on, let's go back to the Doors meeting.
Yeah, let's go. Sorry, sorry.
So that's a very sad story he tells us, and I think again it's some sort of foreshadowing or like clue.
Which story are you talking about? Dawes' story about his sister?
Yeah, Dawes' story about his sister, and it's like obviously it's a story that like anyone would use to paint him as a monster because he fundamentally killed his own sister, but then he sort of realized he's had like a Jamie Lannister moment. I don't know why I keep going back to Game of Thrones.
Well, they're friends. The writers know each other and stuff,
Yeah, but like the thing is with Jamie Lannister is that he doesn't tell any fucking person like why not? Like, come on, you've got but that aside. But like
this show there's a ton of characters in this show that you either see or you hear or you know that they've done awful things, and then the show not necessarily redeems them. I guess it does redeem them.
Well, it shows that people are. This is one of the things that makes the characters real. It doesn't matter that they've done various things. They still have to go on living and being a person, and that's what makes them better than just a sort of bit of exposition from the past. And then
going back right to the beginning of the first episode, I hated Avasarala at the first because you first see her.
Yeah, she's torturing a prisoner.
And it took some time for me to get over that. We see Johnson literally did, not a genocide, but
massacred a station full of civilians.
Dawes, obviously done a ton of bad stuff, but and there's so many characters in this that you hate and then you love, just because not one transformative moment. They don't do one heroic thing. It's just a process of you coming to know them as a complex human being.
Exactly, and that's like the example I gave of Avasarala. As if you watched episode 1 of series 2, you'll think, is Avasarala a different character from who I thought? And it doesn't jarringly change. There isn't one of those like, now they're a good guy, now they're a bad guy type things that you get in a lot of shows, even Star Trek. It's like an actual story, and she's.
Yeah, sometimes they literally don't change in terms of their views or their outlook. You just get to know them better, and so you understand.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They might not change as such, but you view them differently. And Amos is the best example of that. All the way through the show, you just learn so many little tiny bits and pieces at a time, and you get to know Amos so well.
At this point, he's got a great scene coming up in an episode or two that gives you a little bit of a clue. But at this point in the show, I think I was like Chris. I was thinking, like, he's got some funny moments, he's got some funny lines, but it's like he's a jock, he's a dick. Fundamentally, he's a bit of a dick, and
So I think this episode changes that quite a bit already. That
he softens right up in this one.
Yeah. But don't expect him to stay soft.
I'm currently reading him as a tough guy with a heart of gold at the moment. Right now, maybe I'm wrong, but that seems to be what I've got him at the moment. Right, he's got muscles and he's got a stern look, but he obviously has a heart underneath all of that brawn. Right, like that seems to be
incorrect.
Okay.
Let's go back to the meeting.
So
because partly I want to ask the question every time he has a scene, I'm going to say, because again, I believe I would follow Dawes. His spiel, like I 100% believe his story about his sister. I believe that is the true version.
Yeah, I think that's the truth.
Maybe embellished a little bit, but that's the truth fundamentally. And I believe that he cares about the cause of Belters, and I believe that. When he had to kill his sister, what he says about, I realized I've got thousands of brothers and sisters, all Belters are my brothers and sisters, even you.
Even you, yeah.
Now, I believe that, and I believe that he cares about the Belters, and that's his first priority. And I feel like I might be being duped, but I believe.
But you buy it,
I think to be honest, Drew, I think that speaks very much to your personality, because you really hate liberals on like a personable level, right? like you, because you recognize that liberals aren't as bad as fascists, but the liberals annoy you more than fascists, right?
Well, they enable fascism.
They're responsible for everything that is wrong with the world right now. Fascists aren't.
Yeah, right.
Fascists are a symptom of liberalism.
Yeah. But one of the things that a lot of people dislike liberals and liberalism for is the ineptitude and the impotency of desiring positive change that benefits everyone, but failing to actually
not willing to do the hard things to make it happen. Where it doors.
So it's Dawes is like, if he's on your side, you want, like, sure, he's ruthless as fuck, but he's going to get results in a way that nicey patacakes isn't going to do it. And it's like, yes, he is the crack in the eggs to make the omelette guy.
Exactly.
And
I do believe, and for in a person like that, it's very important to me that they are morally guided, and I believe he is. I buy it.
I think so, but also the thing that I'm sort of getting from the story a little bit is like his sister was already going to die.
I mean, she could have lived, but like you said, like he's risking his other sisters, and yeah.
But she was deteriorating, and
I don't think he necessarily says.
I don't think he says deteriorating. It just says that
he doesn't use the word deteriorating.
He says the bones were like chalk, is how he describes it.
Yeah, but she was too sick to, or becoming too sick to travel. I think he says it.
That's true. Yeah, he does say that.
So I don't know. The feeling I was getting from the story is like there's an obviousness of this can't go on. Like, if I don't kill it, she's basically dead anyway, right? Like,
and Miller clearly doesn't buy it with Dawes, right? He doesn't believe that Dawes. He keeps saying like, "Oh, with you in charge, and everybody but you dies, and you will take."
Yeah, he doesn't have any. He doesn't get. I don't think he believes anything Dawes says, really.
No, I think that's partly his skepticism. But I think it's partly also his guilt about what he is.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. Because he does call him Will Walla again in this episode.
Yeah,
but also from the perspective of Miller and the perspective of the audience, you wouldn't trust Dawes at this stage anyway. Like
No, I would in that world. I would be his lackey. I would do whatever he told me to do because I so believe him.
Yeah,
I feel
but I think
bad about how much I believe him.
Yeah, because it's like it's not he seems like, for me, I think he's too like he comes across as being almost too ruthless insofar that like if you were his lackey, it's like it feels that like not necessarily one wrong move and you're out an airlock, but it's like
even that. If it was useful to the cause for him to sacrifice me, he'd sacrifice me. But kind of okay with that.
Yeah, but I mean, the trouble with the ends justifying the means is there is no end. Like, there's always a tomorrow, right? Like,
I think there comes
depends
a point.
What you get. Yeah, depends if it makes progress.
He's essentially implementing a revolution, right? We're not at that point yet, but he's working towards a revolution, or at least some kind of form of takeover.
Yeah, but is he instigating things like riots? Well, probably, isn't he? Because
it might be. I mean, a lot of them are just going to happen based purely on the.
And it's implied
the things that come out of transmissions like not Miller's Holden's transmission, and then the news reaction and the things like the rationing and stuff. All that stuff kind of adds together, and he might be the guy sticking a few extra twigs at the bottom of the kindling, but I don't think he's lighting the match. I think that happens anyway. In the belt, anyway.
It is very strongly implied that he's in control
pulling
of
strings.
He's
I mean, it's pretty much asserted at this point.
Yeah.
The question that I have is, what is the link between Dawes and Johnson? Because they're both OPA, they're both very powerful people who presumably very sincerely believe in their cause. Are they of two different factions of the OPA?
Yeah.
Are they different?
Both heads of different factions. How the dynamics of that and how that plays out. I'm going to leave for the show. You're going to
There's to me, I feel like there is a something either like I was going to think like a clash or like an internal power struggle. There's going to be an internal power struggle in the OPA. We absolutely know that's going to happen.
Blank expression.
Yeah, I mean that's.
And also remember, Dawes is on Ceres and Johnson's on Tycho Station.
Tycho. So
I'm actually going to look up where Tycho Station is physically in space.
Tycho Station is interesting because. Of course, this show bases itself very much in as realisticness.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah. Right. I was right. Tycho Station is completely a mobile operation.
Yeah.
It's not tied to any large asteroid or moon or anything. It is literally
it's a man-made.
It's a separate man-made thing. Yeah.
So, Tycho Station looks very big, physically big, right?
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, and now the thing is with space, right? I was thinking this is like, look, when we think of stuff in space, we think generally like it has to be small to like get up there, right? In terms of like today's space travel.
Are you talking about getting something away from a gravitational
getting
body?
something away from Earth's orbit,
like,
right? Requires a huge,
it
requires a huge
escape
amount of
velocity
energy,
and all that.
yeah, and all that kind of stuff. However, if you have built infrastructure in space, then you're not bound by that requirement, are you?
No. That's why we want a moon base, so you can build things on more easily.
Because there's a lot less gravity, and once you've got stuff there, and you start using it, you start extracting resources from the moon itself. Is the plan, I guess. Then you've got you're not having you're not having the most expensive part of it all, which is getting off the
China and Russia have a joint plan to build a nuclear power plant on the moon to then build a colony around.
In real life or in this show?
Yeah, no, in real life, yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool, but I don't trust Russia with it. China, yeah, but not Russia.
Yeah. But Russia's still got an extensive space apparatus.
Yeah. See, the thing is, right? Doors has Putin energy. That's kind of the thing, right?
No. I don't think so.
Sorry, am I?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Like Malcolm.
No, okay. Let me clarify, right? Because like Putin, of course, ex-KGB, grew up to poor, if I remember correctly, and all of his
brothers were like killed by Nazis in World War II.
Yeah, like Putin is like most grizzled motherfucker in the fucking out of all of the world leaders, right? Like he's seen some shit, and that probably drives a lot of his decisions. Well, because it's it does. That's the human nature. I think like Dawes kind of has that similar kind of like
I can see what you're saying. If you think of all the people that have mysteriously died whilst Putin's been in charge, you kind of get some of that, I suppose.
Is he still
personality-wise, though? I think we're talking about a completely different thing.
Yeah. Like I'm not going to defend the morality of Putin, or even actually, to be honest, at this point, necessarily the morality of Dawes. Like Dawes hasn't done anything that I would necessarily say is like. Because I think what he did with his sister, like, and not to like hand wave it away, but it feels more like euthanasia than murder. If I'm completely
that's exactly what it was. Yeah, I mean that's why he didn't do it. He didn't do it for
even if she could survive for a long time. It's like a utilitarian decision, like that. Do all of my sisters suffer, or does one die so that the rest can prosper, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, his sister would also suffer as well, like.
Yeah, exactly. She'd be suffering the whole time as well. Yeah,
it's so. I mean, I think you said a moment ago, Chris. So with Dawes, it's all does the ends justify the means? That's Dawes' whole conundrum in a nutshell. Is does what he's doing justify where he's trying to get to?
Yeah. I mean, I'm suspecting there will be challenges to that idea, maybe, but keep your faces blank, because I think this is like part of the storytelling themes that like. Is there, the ends justify the means? I think that will be explored, not just through Dawes, but probably other characters as well. I mean, it's a bit like, dare I say it, Fallout New Vegas, where it presents you with a whole bunch of clashing ideas, make up your own mind kind of thing, sort of, or not necessarily make up your own mind, but it's like, there's no clear answer as to what's,
I think the obvious way for it to go is for them to explore those ideas, but actually what it comes to, and I've mentioned this before, it's more that process continues of the OPA and the belt becoming a more prominent player in the system, and then the actual tension in that causes is between we're becoming a government now, but that changes what we are. That fundamentally changes who and what we are, and it's that tension that's actually more interesting than if they'd gone down the route of does the ends justify the means, what are we aiming for, kind of thing.
I've got a question, but this might be a spoiler. So the OPA is probably, I'm assuming, sort of gearing towards wanting independence, right? That's quite obvious, right?
They're kind of already semi-independent. What they want is control over their own
autonomy. Now I don't know. I don't know if that means that, like, for example, Ceres is its own entity, and then other things in the belt, or whether or not the OPA is just linked by a government. That's not. I don't even know if that's necessarily important or relevant. But if let's just say the OPA gain full independence, they're going to lose a lot of funding, aren't they? They're not a tax rich economy.
Are they? Still the supplier of all the resources to the Inulada.
So they might. So they're like they could be like Denmark. Is it Denmark where they
Scotland?
It's like a colony where we've built British companies to extract their resources, and we're taking both the resources and the profits, and they want to say no, these are our resources, this is our.
Yeah, you could compare it to the former British Empire quite easily.
Yeah, like Iranian oil. It's basically Iran wanting to take control of their own oil.
So the OPA could be like maybe Alaska, or I think it's Denmark, where Denmark discovered oil, and it's the people's oil. So they get
that's the big argument about Scotland as well. Is that basically the UK, and they're doing it again. They're doing it again with the power generation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
people in Scotland are paying the most for their electricity, but Scotland is exporting the electricity. It's insane.
Yeah. If Belt was an independent and equal faction with the others, then they could sell their resources to the others, and they'd be probably quite wealthy.
Yeah.
They'd be very wealthy, which is obviously going to be why they're against the. That's where the conflict brews, isn't it?
Yeah.
Money, innit? It's always the
money.
Well, I mean,
all about the Benjamins.
In a way, I mean, it's more about it's. I'd say it's more about the. I mean, I suppose it is money in a way, but it's the resources and things. There's kind of two reasons that things become or places become important to large factions: tactical advantage, like an island off of something else, Cuba, for example, or resources in the place. And what's happened historically on Earth already is that people, the resources have been discovered, and already large, powerful factions have then gone in before the people there know what's happened. The resources have been taken away. The people have been turned into practically slave workers, and they didn't get anything out of it. They strip mined the place, and this has happened in. All over Africa.
Everywhere.
All over. Well, yeah, let's be British Empire particularly is bad for it. So, and the Dutch and the Spanish and everything. Well, that's a bit further back, I suppose. But, particularly...
French?
The French, North Africa and North America. French, or French expeditions and things did things.
Yeah.
But the point is that these supposedly civilized places go into the less civilized places. It's and just take what they want. And
when you say Spanish, do you mean like when the New World gold? Was it like a gold rush in the new? There was like the Spanish.
Yeah, the conquistadors,
South America, and it was,
so South America was largely Spanish or Portuguese that destroyed it. North America is a bit more of a mix, but mostly the British and a bit of the French. And then the British, British are all of these, let's be honest, but then when you go to Africa, particularly southern areas of Africa, you're talking about the Dutch and the British. North Africa, you're talking about the Spanish to some extent, and mostly the British. This is a pattern.
Is there a bit of Dutch in there as well, I think, isn't there?
A
bit of French.
French. The French and the Spanish are sort of North Africa.
Rhode Island was a Swedish colony, which is why it's its own state. It was
Which place? Sorry.
Rhode Island. I think it's Rhode Island.
Oh, right, okay.
Rhode Island is basically the tax haven in the US, right, where all the corporations.
Oh, right. I see. Right. Okay. And then you've got
Delaware. Delaware, not Rhode Island. Yeah.
And then you've got like obviously the subcontinent, India, and all the areas around there, and that was mostly the British in this case. Then what you've got going, I mean, everything. This is the thing about history.
Australia, keep going.
I was going to go to Australia, and I thought, and of course the Far East and everything. Again, all British. But then if you look at, this is all still going on. This is people talking about things as if they're historical and as if there's some sort of cut off and things. It has all been it was a commercial operation interrupted by 2 world wars, and probably Napoleonic wars as well. Actually, this was a commercial operation that's been going on, and it is now the only bit left on the planet is the bit that's fighting over now is the Middle East. Everything else has been either destroyed and mined out, and all the people have been left in poverty with no resources of their own, or they're fighting over it still.
On that basis, if the belt did become independent and politically equal with the others, then Mars and Earth would have to buy resources from the belt.
Yeah.
What the fuck would they do with? What do they have that the belt wants?
That's a good point. What resource can they exchange? Or what? Well, I suppose that
one of the reasons why they don't want to, and part of it is just pride and colonial.
Yeah.
In that, but like part of it is like if we don't control the belt, we don't get those resources because what the fuck?
I suppose it's the same as India and Africa, places in Africa, South Africa, and North Africa and things like that, where they take
so Ceres Station, for example, that's self-sustaining, including all the construction materials, infrastructure, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it's been getting mined out for a long time as well, though. They do talk about that.
Asteroid belts are huge. They're metal rich. They've got they've got water. They've got everything they need. Yeah.
So,
but they don't get it.
In the state that they're at now, you could technology. They could pay with technology, possibly bio, like plant seeds. Those kind of things. But yeah, long term, something's going to have to rearrange because otherwise, the Mars and Earth wouldn't have access to the resources then.
So they'd find somewhere else, right? And then the same thing would happen again.
Long way to anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about all of the I mean, could there be somewhere else on the asteroid belt that they could?
The asteroid belt is fucking huge.
There's other places they could go, but remember that what they've done is space is big, and they have created a corridor of what's the word? Not common. What's it? Trade. Trade. They've created trade corridors. But then, having said that as well, also everybody goes around the sun once a year, so there is some more to it than that.
Say Earth or Mars went and occupied a different part of the asteroid belt under this new system. How are you going to defend that and keep it almost turns the scales 180? Like, how are you going to defend that from the people who have all the resources who are going to come and want to take it off you? Yeah,
they're closer to start with, essentially. As the other, even at the other side of the asteroid belt, they're still a lot closer than somebody on Earth or Mars.
And
also it depends. Also, it's worth mentioning that. Sorry, I'm just going to sneeze. Sorry about that.
Good mute though.
Thank you. It's worth mentioning that. Oh God. It's worth mentioning, he says for the 5th time, that when you're in space with no other, it's like being in an ocean with no islands and stuff to reference.
I'm trying to get my lighting just right.
All right, but
I always look so washed out and pale. I'm not like this in real life, and I don't.
I mean, we're white. When light hits us, it's gonna.
Right, I'm going to try that again. Worth remembering that when you're in space, so the places that the storytellers chose as prominent places in the asteroid belt are places that we can tell from here are big.
Yeah.
So they're basically dwarf planets. Ceres is a dwarf planet now. I can't remember if it was still a large asteroid when they started the show or started the stories writing or whatever. But the point is, these are the things that you hear about, like Eros and Ceres, and then you hear about some of the moons of the outer planets and stuff. All that stuff is something you can navigate by. And that's important to remember. If there's probably loads and loads of tiny little asteroids and stuff with really good resources. But
they're too far away from any centralized.
Yeah, they're too far away from anything else. And also, as Drew points out, you've got to defend your claim. So if you find an asteroid full of a really useful metal, even if it's not very big, you're going to attract attention once you start selling that metal or transporting that metal or whatever. And you're outside. It's like being on a tiny little island outside of everything else. And it just think of it. It's not quite the same, and it's also a much bigger scale. But think of it like being in the Pacific Ocean, how they've got all these little islands and stuff like that. And you might find one where there's a really useful fruit grows or whatever, and they start trading it. Then you've got to defend that place, or somebody else is going to come along and take your fruit.
Oil.
Or oil, yeah.
I love that you went with useful fruit.
Useful fruit.
I was trying to keep it as neutral as possible.
That's fucking useful fruit.
No, I was just thinking, because traditionally,
Bamboo.
or historically rather, things like spices and other exotic fruits and stuff have become an industry. So
Cocaine Island.
Black pepper back in the classical. India got rich off exporting black pepper.
I mean, yeah,
I love black pepper.
I gotta say, I recently got back into cooking since I went vegan about 2 years ago. I think it was now, and it's like you can do if you got your spice game down. Fucking world's your oyster, right? It doesn't matter what you can turn cauliflower into anything you want if you just know spices.
Oddly enough, I did a bit of that last night. I didn't expect. I was making food for me and a friend, and it was basically just chickpeas, and in a wok with red onion, garlic, peppers, that kind of thing. But what made it something with the flavour and everything was I started off with the this is turning into a recipe show, but I started off with the chickpeas and a bit of soy sauce to give them a bit of grounding, I suppose. And then, but I didn't want it to all taste like soy sauce, so I just put enough to make it, just to sort of mix it in with a bit of the olive oil, and it kind of became, it just sort of gave it a base flavour, a base starting point. But then I went with the spices and the pepper and stuff like that, and I wasn't sure. I was experimenting from start to finish, and I wasn't sure how it was going to come out, but it just actually happened to be quite nice. So I was really pleased that it turned out. So it was that with noodles, and that was it. That was the food. It was really not much planning or effort. It was just sort of,
I quite like. I've been working on almost like learning the flavor profile and then sort of being able to sort of work with that, and it's sort of it's like reading sheet music or something. Do you know what I mean? You can just feel it, and then just
you start doing jazz. You classically train, and then you start doing jazz.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like jazz. That's it. And but also, actually, on a side note, for some reason I got recommended a clip. I think it was on Mastodon or something, and it was a clip from Bruno, which is Sacha Baron Cohen's one of his characters. And he sat down with someone from Palestine and someone from Israel, and he made the joke was he was talking about Hamas, but he was going, "Isn't it hummus? Right? What's the deal with them?" And what is kind of weirdly hilariously endearing is that they thought these two people were going in thinking this is going to be a fucking debate, right? And then they ended up agreeing that hummus was nice. But it's
so Sacha Baron Cohen did something that was actually useful for once.
Yeah, I mean he interviewed Donald Trump very long ago, and
as Ali G.
As Ali G, yes, that's it. Yeah.
Those early Ali G ones were fucking funny.
They were great, and
until the joke wore thin, basically, and everybody started doing it. And
always does with any good parody, it always.
Once Richard Madeley was doing Ali G in a convincing way, you knew it was over. But I don't really like Sacha Baron Cohen. I think he's quite exploitative and.
Oh yeah, no, he is for sure. He is.
There's a lot of really racist stuff in there. That's.
I mean, yes.
It's brown face most of the time.
Yeah,
and I
think he gets away with it to an extent by not being, an Anglo-Saxon gentleman himself.
That helps. Yeah, he's a sort of dark-skinned Jewish guy, basically, isn't he?
Yeah.
But so even though he's still a Brit. He's got that sort of class thing and stuff out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
anyway,
I
I'm not a big fan, and also he's married to somebody really wonderful, and that's not fair.
Who's married?
Isla Fisher.
Okay, from Neighbours. Home and Away. Home and Away.
Not sure.
Home and Away.
I don't know.
She was in the Scooby-Doo movies, I think.
as Daphne.
Presumably, yeah, I can't remember now. But she's really cute, and she's a redhead. So,
see, I think I
also might be worth pointing out. I do not endorse either of those people as actual people because they're not nice people.
No,
But Isla Fisher's really cute. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not endorsing her as a person and as a couple and stuff. There's a couple of other Hollywood couples that are like, ooh, when you read about what they do and say.
Exposed our fetish or whatever for pretty Nazis. So
yeah, we've already talked about that. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I
think we've all got our plot. I think the thing is just like with Sacha Baron Cohen. I think I have a little bit of a soft spot for him because he was right in my political development age, right? Like I was like 14, 13.
And his early thing. Very much about deflating celebrities, and I enjoy, a good celebrity.
And well, the one that I quite enjoyed in the first Borat movie was when he went into that, like, was it Texan, like arena for?
Borat is the straw that broke the camel's back for me. I do not. That whole, even the base premise of Borat, I think is very
about laughing at poorer countries in Eastern Europe.
Yeah,
is a bit. But
incidentally, Isla Fisher and Sacha Baron Cohen split up at the end of last year.
But the one where he sang the not Kazakhstani national anthem in front of all those Southern Yanks was.
I've never. I need to watch.
I've not seen the films.
You've not seen the films?
No,
okay.
I know of the character, and that.
I
think he does his characters in like little things first, and then they go.
Yeah.
And I'm not. No, I do not like the man, and I don't find myself being interested in anything he did past some of, as you say, some of the early Ali G stuff. It was a wee bit funny and of its time, I think.
Let's bring it back to Doors, and I just want to.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
That story about his sister, I cry easily when I'm watching things. But that story about his sister, I'm weepy, and then he's entombing her in a bauxite cave that they discovered together. That bit just breaks.
Yeah, that was very touching, and that's it's those details that make you think he's not lying about this. This is all he's telling Miller the absolute truth, and it's.
Well, that's also the bit where he mentions how the helmet burns your neck, and I do think there's a connection between those.
Yeah, that's why some of them have those tattoos. Yeah, because Naomi has the tattoos, but it's not burnt. It's actually a tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's not got the scars. Like she's just got the tattoos, and there's a few younger belters have got that as well.
Yeah, but Dawes has the scar.
Dawes has the actual scars,
but he doesn't have. Does he have the tattoo?
No.
I don't think he needs it. He's got the scars.
I sort of understanding is like the tattoos emerged when the helmets got better and they didn't burn you anymore. The tattoos emerged like as a signifier of I'm a belter. I wear the helmet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I might not have been burned by the thing, but I am of these people.
Yeah. Yeah. That was good acting. Good acting.
Both Miller and Dawes, like you learn so much. You learn so much about them in that scene. And yet, I do think he's in love with Julie Mao. It's not obviously it's an unhealthy love because he's never met. It's a parasocial kind of.
I was going to say Chris used that modern word. Was it parasocial?
A little bit stalky, but two things about that. I think it makes sense. I think where he's coming from, what she is, how he admires her, and she's in a lot of ways what he wanted to be, what he saw himself as being. And she's coming from the outside and doing stuff for the belt. I came from the belt, and I'm kind of betraying them and doing stuff for Earth. It's all very complicated. He looks up to her essentially. So he's in love from that aspect, and also I think there's something going on that I can't talk about until about season 3 or 4.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean it gets. Well, there's more. Right, Chris, shut your ears for a second. There's more of what you're talking about coming up over the next sort of 10 episodes, I would say, like right from now to the middle of the second series. Yeah.
All right.
But
let me know when I.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when Holden and the crew dies, it's really surprising. Oh, shit.
I was like scrabbling around for a mute button, and I realized, I could just take the headphones off.
Yeah, when that rogue black hole comes into the solar system and just starts gathering everything up, and once it gets the sun, that's it. All that mass from the two things together, and you lose the lot.
I saw a video recently. Was it one that you sent me where it's like, what would it look like if a spaceship went into a black hole?
I sent you a video. I sent you quite a long video about like black holes and the science around, because it goes into relativity and stuff. Yeah. It's a very good video.
No, that's on the watch later list. I think I don't remember it being an hour long video, because it was an hour. That's And the thing, if I'm going to sit down for an hour of hard science, it's got to be the right moment,
It's very gently presented hard science.
I've been watching a lot of stuff. Angela Collier, is it the girl or the woman you recommended? I've been watching her sort of sci-fi takes and her hard science stuff. I get a bit lost with the mathematics, but
She makes a video entitled "Why You Can't Explain." I think it's quantum chromodynamics or something related to that. And in explaining why she can't explain it, she kind of explains it. And that's
she's.
Oh no, I can explain it. It's because I'm too thick for that. That's how
There's no maths in that video, but in some of the videos, she's like, "This is very basic maths," and I'm like, "You fucking kidding me?"
Yeah, and then she's filled the whole screen with formulae, and you're like. The sort of annoying and slightly shameful thing is I should know a lot of those because I've done them before, but it's been like 20 years since I've even looked at them now.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, the amount of
I did astrophysics, like half of astrophysics. I've been thinking about going back. Actually, this is going to go into a big tangent. Let's not go into it. Let's carry on with the Expanse.
The amount of political theory that has just evaporated out of my... I do not have a brain for theory. I can do enough to get through an exam or a semester, but like after I'm gone...
Well, I did art, so I learned all the colours, and I've forgotten most of them now.
I think you're pretty good with shapes, so,
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
I've seen him doing those things where they put the coloured things into little... he does okay with that.
Yeah. That's
quite rounded.
Sorry?
My knowledge is quite rounded.
Ah, right, yeah. That's
I can't believe I'm the one keeping it, like trying to keep it on track.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
It is weird,
right.
actually, yeah.
Do you think Miller actually does go into Julie Mao's apartment for the shower? Because, like, if they're short on water, are they still short on water, or is it starting to come back in?
That on that episode where he's got soapy hair because he ran out of water. He goes to her apartment and she's got full water. I'm positive, like in the intermediate, we're not seeing it, but he's going there and showering every day. Yeah,
I reckon so. Yeah, using the ration that's there anyway.
When he says to Doris, I want to go there for the water, like that's not entirely a lie. I think.
He likes the water pressure as well.
Well, presumably he's.
Well, he doesn't want to tell him that he went there and found, secret files.
But says, "Oh, I get it. You're in love with Julie Mao." Like he reacts as you would if you did. Like he doesn't protest it. He doesn't say yes. He just kind of goes, Not necessarily a thought he's had consciously yet. It's just you don't go, "Oh, I'm in love with," like it's
See, when he said, "Oh, I'm afraid it's very embarrassing. I'm in love with Julie," I thought he was going to say, "I'm in love with Julie Mao." I thought he was going to say. I thought he was going to actually play that card to throw Dawes off the trail, as it were.
Well, he's also very because Dawes is searching the hat, right?
And
Miller, I think Miller intentionally makes him angry at that moment, so
yes.
he tosses the hat away and loses the focus on the search.
Exactly. Yeah, he's
shit. He doesn't, does he?
Yeah. He's sort of playing with the hat and looking at it.
It's a little bit like the bit in True Romance. If any of you are familiar with the film True Romance,
I think I might have seen it once, but I don't remember it very well.
Film written by Tarantino, but not directed by Tarantino, which I think is kind of the best of both worlds. And
sorry, you say not written by,
but not directed by.
Oh, I thought I'd say it the other way around with Tarantino.
No, I can see I can see it either way. Actually, either of those combinations is better than anyway. So there's a bit.
Put the two together, you just get feet, right?
Christopher Walken is a mafioso, and Dennis Hopper is the main character's father, who's a cop. And it's clear that Christopher Walken is going to kill Dennis Hopper, or he's probably going to torture him for a very long time and then kill him. And Dennis Hopper has this speech that makes Christopher Walken very, very angry, and he kills him. He just shoots him in the head, kind of thing. And that's what it's a similar kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find that bit with where he's searching the hat. Okay,
he's still talking and everything. He's not like stopped to search the hat, but he's talking reasonably calmly and stuff, and checking his jacket. But because he checks his jacket and everything as well, doesn't he?
I would love to find out if that works on the police, like keeping something in the rim of your hat.
Well, not since you put it on video. So if you get arrested, they might look this up.
Because I've had a few pat downs. They don't go around the belt. They go down. They obviously do your feet. They obviously.
What are you getting up to that you're getting checked out by the police all the time?
Well, I was young, wasn't I? Like they always pat down kids. They love it.
No, that sounds wrong in so many levels.
Or not.
Or you
stand on a street corner for more than 4 seconds, and you're young in a low crime neighborhood. Like the police are just bored. They're just like, it's, but yeah, no, I'm just kind of curious because I think that would get past, like,
probably it gave past the superficial sort. But again, I like that Miller intentionally makes him angry so he loses focus on the search and kind of tosses the hat away. I think that's a nice little. Again, like they don't, it doesn't make a point of it. It's not made super obvious. It's just a nice. That's a Miller thing to do.
Yeah, the other thing again, back to how great is this show, is that it isn't played where like camera zooms in on something, zooms. It is part of the
another little because I think
organic.
I think Miller gets people emotionally, and he's actually very adept at manipulating people emotionally, and I think that's why he's keeping a sort of distance from his ex-partner. I mean, there's a bit after when she saves him and she's upset because she shot somebody.
Yeah,
there's a bit where she sort of leans in for a kiss. And if he were I think he's quite a good person. If you were a more selfish person, like
he might have taken advantage of the situation.
He realised that he would be hurt by doing that, and he pulls back. And
and also I just noticed another parallel. There are 2 airlock scenes in this episode, both of which are bait and switches.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I thought you were referring because there's when Miller throws somebody in the airlock in an earlier episode, and there's when Miller.
No, in this same episode, 2 airlocks.
What's the other airlock then?
Uncle Mateo and Miller, and they're both thrown in, and you're thinking, oh, it's all like, is this like is this the end? But then it turns out that it's actually not quite as it appears. Because I was wondering what was going to happen because obviously they're not going to kill Miller in this episode, right? Like I can't imagine how it would make any kind of narrative sense, especially how. Well, I think you've mentioned that Miller's in even later seasons.
Yeah. So he's plotting up.
Yeah. And it just there's no. It would completely. Not only would it make me feel out of left field, it would make me feel like it was one of those like Dungeons and Dragons random event occurrences where there's not actually a plot sense. It's not sensical by the sense. It doesn't fit with the plot.
A random encounter.
A random encounter because it's like for the sake of
just emotional impact without any.
That's it. Yeah. Like there's no. Yeah.
It's like Stark, but without the like. That was something, but like
yes.
Yeah.
But it's like So, God, we've already hit 2 hours.
No, we haven't.
Are you doing all right, Drew? Because you might be coming towards the end of your.
We're not at 2 hours. No.
Are we not 2 hours? The call is 2 hours.
Oh, the call might be, but we were arsing about big time and having trouble with system and stuff. No, it's an hour and a half. We're only at our sort of normal early-ish range.
Beyond the
DVD. So, okay, more Miller stuff. Let's talk about the corruption.
What, in Star Helix?
In Star Helix,
yeah.
That's why you set that up.
Yeah. That was a fucking cold scene. Like
She takes the evidence off and puts it in a safe. Tells him to fuck off.
Did you make any copies? Did you? It's like, does anyone else know about this? Did you make any copies? And he fucking says no.
Yeah, he gives. Yeah, he doesn't think for a second. He just trusts her for some reason.
Well, he possibly up until this point had no reason not to.
Yeah. But as soon as she asked that kind of stuff, I'd be like, "Why is she asking that?"
It's already too late, though. He's already committed, isn't it? I mean, in some ways,
after he gets the sort of leave it alone speech previously, I wonder why he brings it back to her at all. Other than he's still in that organisation, I suppose that's where you go, isn't it? He's not doing it independently. Okay, he's doing it in his spare time, sort of thing, rather than what he should be doing. But ultimately, he was given the job by her, so I suppose he goes back to her.
I suppose that his rationale for why she wants to leave it alone is fundamentally like it's a corporate police force. She's off station. You can wash your hands of it. This is a waste of resources.
Yeah, that's how she puts it forward. That's true. Yeah,
perfectly sensible cop thing to say. So there's no evidence to suggest he's not on the up and up. I find it. I don't know how. I guess because this is a corporate police force with presumably very little government regulation of any kind, if any, that they don't have full procedures for taking in evidence. Because something tells me, I would imagine that in a British style police force, you probably wouldn't be able to get away with that. They'd probably be like, you'd fold something into evidence and straight away, right? And then
you couldn't get away with it, but if you wanted to do it, you probably could.
If you wanted to get away with it, but presumably there are procedures.
He doesn't really bring any of the evidence to be processed, does he?
Exactly. Yeah.
All along, he doesn't bring any of the information that he picks up early on.
I assume they've got company rules, but those rules are not backed up by law. They are just company rules.
Yeah. So he is kind of on his own. Really, and as you say, there's no chain of evidence or anything. Well, the thing is, I don't know how it works with most of the stuff that they do, but if you think about the guy that was killed in the riot, who they go back and look at, who they think is Busy Batico and is not, that is that was dealt with more officially. They take the body to the morgue and all sorts of things, and it seems to be tracked and there's paperwork and stuff. Whereas all the things he's done about Julie Mao are off the books, as she says at the start.
The beginning, wasn't it? I think the chief when he gives him
I think that's what the difference is there. I think, but I do think they play fast and loose generally. But they do seem to have some sort of procedures and stuff.
However, hang on, does the boss lady, does she say keep it under wraps, keep it incognito, or is just Miller keeping it incognito entirely because he's not?
No. She says early on when she gives them the case, it's off the books.
Okay, yes, I remember now. Yeah, okay, that obviously makes sense, but I guess is he rightfully fired or because he's basically kind of going against orders by doing an off-the-books mission against when he's told not to. After the fact, right?
He's taking they're both doing something wrong.
Yes,
she's got rank on him, so at that point, she can just fire him and say, "Well, you were doing this off-the-books case."
She's got. I mean, she's probably got lots of ammunition to fire him. Ultimately,
I think there was a scene where his ex-partner says, "You've got a pile of murder cases this tall on your desk that you don't give a shit about. Why'd you care about this one girl?"
Yeah.
This I mean, so that seems to be the case, and also this was a little bit not obvious, but I don't know. I feel like it was like that thing you were saying a minute ago, where they zoom in on things, where they don't zoom in on things typically on this show, but they did in this show in this moment.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, it on the tattoo on the.
She's got an OPA tattoo.
OPA tattoo.
That helped me though, because prior to that, I think I'd thought that somebody like Jean-Pierre Mao was the one who was
manipulating her. Yeah.
On my first watch, because we know he's wealthy, and the fact that it's Dawes.
Yeah, that's what convinces me of what Chris put forward earlier, that Dawes is in control of everything, basically.
Yeah. I'm just going to try. I'm trying to see the bit where. Yeah, it's pretty on the nose, actually. So I'll do a dodgy screenshot.
He's sort of going away, and she turns around, and it's like her neck is completely exposed with the tattoo on it.
Yeah,
and he spots it. I think that's the click that he sort of looks on and goes and says something.
Tattoo. It literally says OPA or something. It's the OPA.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. It's like right there.
It's just off.
Just right there.
Yeah.
The thing is, right, all of this out of focus, that's in focus. Like, it couldn't be more obvious. Yeah.
Which I don't like the occasional, like,
well, it's not like she said, "Okay, come in, police officer." No, not you. One of the OPA ones. Like or something like.
To tell him I've sacked you.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest though, I say that I missed that first time around. Well, not necessarily. I don't know. Did I miss it, or it didn't
register?
Didn't register in. So, but it certainly did in sort of subsequent watches. But I think when I do watch it, when I watch it the first time through, I watch it for fun, or I watch it uncritically. Like I watch it, I go along for the ride,
look it up.
Yeah, and then after that. I've started watching it with subtitles on all of the time. It used to be I turn the subtitles off for the first watch, and then for subsequent watches put subtitles on so I could get, right. Well, the thing that the subtitles really help me with is when they're dipping into Creole, because sometimes, like for example, when they say Bosmain, I thought that was Bossman.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, I don't know if like the language is kind of like.
How are they spelling that?
Sorry?
How are they spelling that in the subtitles?
Bosmain, Bosmain.
The way they say it's more like Bossmain with a G on the end.
Yeah. That's how it sounds. Yeah. So I thought they were saying Boss Man, but well, that's the thing. Is it like? Is it an overlap? Is it the way how language works, where it kind of?
Yeah, no, I get you.
It's a word that sort of sounds like boss man. So, like, it's a term of like when the guy at the kebab shop calls you boss man.
No, it's like... Bosmang, Bosmang, according to the wiki. Anyway,
I think that's quite possibly just machine translated subtitles. They often are.
Oh, it's not. It's not machine translated. It's pirate translated.
Yeah, but they quite often just use machine.
It's properly. Like annotated and stuff.
Oh yeah, like the dockside boss or the chief, but not the ship captain. But the
One of my favourite Belter words is later on when some young people refer to older people as pumper, which just I don't know what, like, it just makes me think grandfather. I mean, the context makes you think that, and also it sounds somehow like it's pumper, like that's a granddad kind of word.
To be honest, to me, it sounds like Scottish slang for a male slag.
Later on, there's a belter that I think reads distinctly Scottish.
Do you know what pampa actually is?
No, what is it?
Uncle. Like you see it. Is it
Uncle Mateo? Does he?
No. I was thinking more. Yeah, he does call him pampa actually. At one point, but also there's it's a colloquial term for like an older male, as you know. But it's like there's a couple of like comedians and presenters and things that I've heard use uncle, like British Asian people talking about uncles and aunties.
To
mean older men and women, basically.
I mean, there have been times when I was young that like we'd sometimes call a friend of the family uncle or something like that, like.
In
that kind of way, or like Uncle Sam, like a sort of
Chinese friends have told me that in I don't want to say like Chinese culture, but in whatever culture they were, all uncles and aunts have specific addresses, so they're not just uncle and aunt. one will be like first uncle, eldest uncle, second uncle. Like they all have very specific forms, which I think is why I get this from like TV shows. They just refer to every older person as uncle or auntie to like when it's informal to just cut through.
Yeah. A lot of languages have that kind of respectful elder address, don't they? Do you? This is so when it comes to grandparents, right? Like everyone in my immediate family has a different name for their maternal grandparents and their paternal grandparents. So like I had like nan and granddad on maternal side, and then grandma, grandpa on my paternal side.
So it was nan and granddad and grandma and granddad. So the granddad was both granddads, but nan and grandma.
Well, one of my granddads died when I was quite young, so I don't really remember what we called him. But it was my gran and my granny.
Yeah.
So granny granny was my mum's mum, and gran was my dad's mum.
That kind of makes a lot of sense, yeah. Because you don't want to say, well, you're not going to say paternal grandmother.
Yeah. You're going to have a sort of.
The way I did it as a kid, granddad with the round head and granddad with the square head, because they.
All right, yeah. So one was a royalist and one was a.
I was waiting for that when you said round head. Actually,
well, I've lost. Right. So the corruption. Yeah. So Dawes probably has a shit ton of cash. Thinking about it.
You what? Sorry?
Because Dawes probably has a shit ton of cash or access to a shit ton of cash.
Resources pay more than cash necessarily. Yeah.
Yeah, but like cash resource, like ballast, because all of it is political power fundamentally, right? Whether or not it's money or resources or whatever, technology. So, or it could even be just the ability to make deals as I'm going to call him like a union guy, but there's probably a better term for it. But like,
no, he does have a bit of that about him as well.
He's
about the way he's portrayed. Again, it's great acting. He's got kind of two modes. He's when he's one-on-one. And he's very personable and emotional, and like when he's telling Miller the story with his sister, and also earlier when he's in the noodle bar with Miller. And then he's got, when he first comes in, he's like, he's Star Helix. You can't do it, very like theatrical kind of thing. And he does it at the docks when he's like, no, let them go. Give them their water. We've got to show them that we treat them well, because then they will. And the theatrical politician-y kind of thing, not quite politician-y. And then the
politician-y. Yeah, no, that's totally
yeah, it's performative.
Formative, and then the genuine.
Yeah. I don't know. How performative is it? Like, obviously, when he goes, "Oh, you start," that's very performative.
He's very oratorical, and he's using big gestures, and you should treat him well.
There's very big gestures he uses.
Yeah. But is it like? But he has a nice side, right? That's not completely a fabricated.
Well, it's all again.
It's not part of the same thing, really.
More because he's a more capable, leader.
So Dawes probably, he has the ability to buy out police probably relatively easily. It could just be the case that, like, he probably controls a lot of the crime on series anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just a case of, like, the thing is, like, you see this with a lot of big, often authoritarian, but even like democracies, is that there will often be what you think of as a criminal wing of an established government, like
very early in the history of the Democratic Party, it was very much about who controlled. I can't remember what the position was called, but it was essentially like had control of New York Harbor. Into that position was very politically important because you got to take a lot of bribes and cuts and yeah.
And as I understand it, like everyone sort of knows that Russia has a pretty substantial criminal wing.
Yeah,
like it's it's very, very obvious.
I for one do not endorse this man. No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So it could very well be the case that, well, it might just be that the criminal wing has a police branch now.
Yeah.
I mean, there is some saying about states being, a criminal organizer. But no, I think the reason why Dawes ends the investigation is because Dawes doesn't want information about Julie Mao getting out. Basically, he's got nothing against Miller in particular.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he tries to
He tries to recruit Miller.
It's hard. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I think what he's trying to do is basically appease Miller in some way, either bring him on board or show him that he's not such a bad guy, and he has got the belt's interests at heart. And
I think Dawes is really perceptive because I think Miller, like the way Miller talks about the OPA, he's got some legit criticisms of the OPA, of course, but I think he also recognizes that they represent something he's failing to be and kind of innately would want to be. He wants to stick up for his people. And I think Dawes sees that little sort of spark in him and is trying to get him on side. I think there's moments
that's it. Yeah, he's trying to. I think he's trying to help Miller to bring himself out. Back from the outside that he's got himself on.
Well, because it's kind of he recognizes Miller as fundamentally one of the better cops, right? Yeah, because if he didn't, he'd come straight out with the corruption shit, the bribe, like whether or not it's what he does with the other cops. Maybe he just does a bribe. Maybe he just
Yeah, I suspect a few cops just disappear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I think that there's he knows, but well, that's the thing. Yeah, all the bad.
Havelock was an after. There was a lot more to that. That was political as well. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, we've already been over this.
Well, no, but it also makes sense that they'd want to wipe out Havelock. But if it was that planned, it didn't look that planned. But actually, maybe it did because he certainly knew. He certainly Dawes certainly didn't seem to have any trouble, getting to the bottom of it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I think it was planned. Yeah, not necessarily we'll do it at this time on this day, but look out for an opportunity.
Yeah, it was look out for him because also, I mean, I said this when you were talking about this in the previous 2 episodes. The spike. Let's not get back to the spike. But yeah, there is a bit where he goes into the to his language lessons thing, and with that lady and the there's people watching him and looking at him in the place all the time, and a couple of them are OPA people that you see in other places as well. So they're only sort of background actors or whatever, but they reuse the same people deliberately, so you see the same face at different places at different times.
Yeah.
So they've not got huge speaking parts or anything, but
you're right, and that convinces me that the attack on Havelock was planned, and it was to send Miller a warning, essentially, right?
I mean, it could even be that there's like a Deadpool, is Deadpool the right word? Like a list of, or like the opposite of a Deadpool, I guess, where it's like a list of cops that can't be turned. So if you can off them, you might get something out of it or something.
Yeah.
So
I for one never thought we'd get a Dirty Harry reference in this. There you go.
What was the Dirty Harry reference?
Deadpool.
Oh, is that does that come from Dirty Harry?
Well, it's the thing that they have in the right. It's one of the Dirty Harry movies. It's called Deadpool, I believe.
I've not seen them since I was like 8.
Yeah, it's a long time for me as well. So maybe I'm misremembering what the details are.
So she stick, but the SD card. I'm going to call it an SD card because it's
fair enough.
It's fun. It's bigger than an SD card.
Yeah. Well, they kind of realize SD cards are too small. What the fuck is a micro SD card?
Imagine they carry on shrinking things. Like we literally wouldn't be able to see it on camera. I think they made it big so that you can see it.
Yeah, I've got. Where's my?
You're not going to hide something up your arse and in your hair again, are you?
Demonstration. Right, yeah, there we go. Right, so I got this is a handy H1 thing, which actually has quite a good microphone on it. But it does micro SD card. I've just cut my nails, so I'm going to have there we go. Right, it always blows my mind. They go up to 1 terabyte now. Maybe
I know.
Yeah.
That's
well, I've got Steam Deck, and that's the format they chose for them is the micro SD. So of course you're trying to, games take a lot of space, so you end up getting them one or more.
They're more like CF cards. We've gone back to CF cards.
Yeah,
like you could if you were like in trouble, if the cops were kicking down you could eat this.
Oh yeah.
You could just go. You could snort it. You could stick it in your ear. You could stick this up your ass and you wouldn't feel like it. Just I mean, it's a bit sharp.
You could literally hide that under your foreskin. I mean, it might look.
Yeah. I mean, I know we're all different shapes and sizes, but like that would be very uncomfortable, wouldn't it? But it's like you could hide that anywhere. Like
what's that? PCMICA may hide?
No, this is a sort of credit card size holder for
micro SD
cards.
Yeah,
there's only a couple in it.
I've got a black carpet, and when I drop a micro SD card, it takes me minutes to find.
Yeah, so you put your micro SD cards in there, and it's got the sort of clip.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
And the thing is, though, that falls off the table and goes under the bed and stuff, so I'll lose it. I can't find the other.
That's too small. You need bigger. You need to go bigger.
Yeah, you need something bigger to hold your micro SD.
You need
It's ridiculous.
Towers that
when you think about the contrast in size between a micro SD card and how thin it is as well, and then what you need to store it so you don't lose it, and it's. I think SD cards were a reasonable size and shape. I think it was. It was a common. I mean, obviously the actual electronics are only the size of a micro SD card, but it was something that you could at least hold and not immediately lose.
Yeah. Well, now, are you talking about the actual old SD cards that were a bit of a chunk, or are you talking about the SD cards of today? Which are
SD is just SD, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. They probably weren't called SD.
Probably so. Yeah, there are memory cards that are different. I've got
CF. You were CF.
CF is another one. Yeah.
Yeah, they were a bit chunkier.
Yeah, because even SD cards, I mean, they're conveniently small, but that's still like just comparing it to my glasses.
Yeah. It's not huge, but it's still something you can feel in your fingers. A micro SD card, you could accidentally lean on one and pick it up and walk about with it without realizing. It's just
you could have it stuck to the back of your elbow.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the thing is you're talking about. I think it is because I've got a port. You know how you get multi-track recorders for music? I've got a little one that's a digital one, and it's like tiny. I mean, it's like the size of. It's smaller than my phone. It's thicker, a lot thicker. But it's only about that size, and quite thick. But it uses those little flat cards, and I think that's the ones you mean. Is it CF? Did you say is that a possible?
CF was one that competed with SD early on, and SD kind of won out.
Yeah, because I've got a bunch of cards for it, but I can't get any more of the things. So I've been very careful not to. No, Compact Flash is the squarey one.
Yeah,
which I have in one of my cameras. I can't remember which one. I've got so many different things. So that's CF. No, there's another one. Smart Media. That's it. Smart Media is the one. It's a very flat one.
Yeah.
So it's as flat as a micro SD, but it's the size. It's bigger than an SD card. And they've got a similar sort of floppy disk-ish look. They've got the corner cut off and stuff.
I can't believe how much you can fit on. Do you remember a floppy disk?
Oh, there's actually a picture here.
The big black ones.
Yeah,
I bet you didn't. I bet you were talking about 5 1/4-inch ones.
Yeah.
Which is my earliest floppy disk. But before that, there were 8-inch and 10-inch floppy disks. So you're talking about the same floppy disk, same sort of storage capacity, but it took twice the space.
That's amazing. Because the thing is with even floppy disks,
I'm going to break things and put a picture on. Oh no, I can do it just on the video without doing it to you guys. Hang on, you're not going to see this picture till later, okay?
I love the meme of floppy disks being printed out, say like 3D printed save icons.
That's what the kids say now. Yeah, that's 3D printed save icon.
It's
it's like trite to say it now, but when I realised that there's kids using computers in their 20s who've never seen or touched a floppy disk, and that's the save icon, it's kind of startling.
I mean, there's kids now where they barely know what CD is.
You don't know what?
CDs.
Oh god, yeah, no. Oh, fucking hell.
Like even on Discord, like the call icon is like a telephone.
Yeah, they've never seen a telephone like that in their life.
Yeah. You can get novelty phones where you put in a little SD, a little SIM card, and you actually have a.
We used icons that actually made sense now. Like everything would just be a rectangle. Everything's rectangle.
Everything's a rectangle. Yeah. Like microphone, that's a rectangle.
USB card for save, that's a rectangle.
Rectangle. Phone, rectangle. Everything's a rectangle.
But I'm not gonna. You guys aren't gonna see this till you watch back, or I'll show you at the end once we go. But it'll mess up the display of the video, so I'm not going to mess with it while it's live.
If I put my face over here and it readjusts, does it move over to the? Does it crop the?
Yeah. It moves the. But you can't get the camera to move currently. So
right, do I need more light? Oh, I'm so bad at lighting. I've always been bad at lighting. Years.
Your lighting is terrible. It makes me ashamed to be on videos with you.
Yeah, I know.
I can't find this. I saved it and I can't find it.
Too much light. You can see every flaw in my face. Right. I mean, it's too late to do anything now. Most people have stopped watching.
I don't think even Ghosty watches these ones.
Yep.
No.
I've put it on the screen, and there's a smart media, just for reference for you guys right now, you'll see it at the end. There's a 2 GB micro SD card next to a smart media 8 MB card.
8 megabyte.
Yeah. But
I think I've got a 4 megabyte CF card kicking around somewhere.
Yeah, I can't remember what size CF cards I've got and what they're in. I think it's my Canon DSLR camera that's got them.
I've just got aware one fucking grievance that I've been having, right?
Oh,
so Angry Chris, so shamefully I've got the Discord app on my phone, and if I take a photograph, right, with the Discord app on this phone, and I try and send it through Discord, sometimes if I'm taking something that is particularly complex, it'll be larger than the 10 megabyte limit you can send a file in, and it's like. The audacity that I take a picture through the Discord app's camera
isn't actually taking the picture; it's just sort of forwarding to the camera app.
Yeah, I know, but it can surely it can just compress down the image or something.
Or compress the image. Yeah.
Like the fact that it's like, like you've just taken the photo the exact way that we set it up for you, but it's over 10 megabytes. Like,
I want you on Nitro.
They want me on Nitro, but that's just the skeeziest way of doing it. It's like, I mean, I know it's an oversight.
Do people actually pay for that?
God!
Honestly, it still amazes me when I see people, not because of any sort of snobbishness or anything, but because of my own day-to-day experience. It amazes me when I remember that people use loads of Windows computers. Still amazes me. It does. I go, oh God, yeah, people do that. And and the one that gets me every time, and this is after years and years and years of it, is when you're talking to people on social media of some sort, and something will come up in the chat in the post that they make that makes it obvious that they use a phone for it all.
Yeah,
and you go, people use a phone to type messages.
Somebody sends you
lots of them. Chats.
When somebody sends a Wikipedia link in a chat, and it's the mobile Wikipedia because they differentiate with URL still, and you got to look at
it just amazes me. Why are people doing that in their own house?
Here's the thing. I
can understand sort of doing it out and about. Very occasionally.
The same way.
Pardon?
This is totally a two-way street. Like this, they look at you the same way. It's like you're sitting upright and
you're
just reading random Wikipedia articles like you're doing your taxes. Like it's like. My dad does his taxes on
the difference there is that we're right and they're wrong.
Exactly. That's it.
No, big internet is for work. Pocket-sized internet is for fun.
Big internet is for everything. Pocket-sized internet is for being spied on.
Use the pleasant one for work, and then the unpleasant, touchy, tiny little fucking one for fun. They fucked us over there.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
I'm sure we've been in this before. I think it was even on this particular podcast, but this is a fucking disaster. And the sooner they get rid of it, the better. Touching things that you're also trying to look at is stupid.
And vague gestures and prods.
It takes me so much longer to type a message on this damn thing because all the vowels particularly always end up messed up.
Shut the fuck up, Chris. You're a Gen Z piece of shit.
See, the thing is, I was not born into the world of phones, and I was a late comer to the smartphone. So the computer phone, then we can call it, right? Because and it's like I can swish type, not as fast as a keyboard, admittedly, but like I can do sentences relatively quickly. To be honest, a lot of people don't get swish typing, but like it's fine. You're just doing gestures.
I mean, that aspect of it, that's the one thing it is okay at, I would say. Like, yeah, that kind of makes sense.
But also,
why would I want to use a tiny screen to watch videos when I can...
Yeah, when I can see them on a big one.
Well,
why do that?
The laptop, fair enough. If you do, laptop. I couldn't use a laptop full time, but at least it's got a proper fucking screen.
No, I don't. Yeah, like I'm done with laptops as well.
It's easier for us as agoraphobes to not use phones.
That's true. Yeah, that does help.
Yeah, I think with me, laptops are ergonomically nightmarish. Like, you're stuck with a keyboard that you can't choose. You're stuck with a screen that you can't choose. You've got fans that are attached to it. So God help you if a ball bearing goes on them.
You can't move the screen in relation to the keyboard. That's what bothers me. Like,
and that's actually
you can't
really
just
bad
make
for your neck.
Especially if you're trying to game. I generally game with my keyboard tilted slightly that way, so I'm WASDing with my hand at a little bit of an angle.
You'd be staring down basically.
And if you were trying to do that with a laptop, you'd be like, maybe if you Chris is quite skinny, so maybe it makes a difference to him, but I can't get my arms in there.
Laptops are a security nightmare. Because the thing is, if you've got an encrypted hard drive and someone has access to your machine when it's still on, they can then keep that machine still on and keep your hard drive unlocked.
Yeah.
So whereas like with a desktop PC, if it ever gets powered down, encryption goes back on. So it's like laptops just have too many negatives. But I know that like better than phones, but like at least you can get a cheap ThinkPad secondhand on eBay for like a decent. Like £100 or less, for a secondhand ThinkPad. I mean, to be honest, the 220s still fucking work great. You can get 220 just like you find them just in bins nowadays. And
I'm doing another old man thing, by the way. Before we move on from this, I've put a picture of my favourite mobile phone on the screen. I'll show you you guys this at the end as well.
What is it?
Motorola V50.
Oh, I know the ones. Is it the blue ones with the shells?
No. It was possibly the smallest mobile phone I've ever owned. That's what, because this was my mobile phone when I, a lot of things happened in life and I moved again, and I came to, I was kind of out of things for about a year, let's say, just for various health reasons, and when I came back into the world, as it were. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that thump. That's my neighbours.
Your rebirth.
People were starting to use these things, and some of them were fucking huge. They were phablets. Is that what they call them? Phablets. Yeah. And I was used to just having this little thing that just basically you couldn't even see it. I could just lean like that, and you'd be like, and then suddenly they've got these huge things.
The you're making there is you're using your phone to make phone calls.
Oh yeah, what a silly thing to do.
Yeah. This the thing is, this isn't a phone anymore. This is a
for phoning people.
Yeah. Do you know the only people I ring are like my parents and my union rep. And that's like basically fucking it, right? Like that's all.
Well, I'm not going to bring it up close to for details, but from a distance you can see that's my call log.
Over how long is that?
You make phone calls.
I make lots of, not lots of phone calls, but I do make phone calls. Phone calls and texts. The only difference between my use of this phone and my classical use of that other phone is sometimes there's emojis in colour. That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
I've got apps, as they call them. I've got a bank one because they basically force you into it.
Yeah, fucking banks.
Hey, I swear.
I just wanted to see what you would bring.
Have I got it? Oh, that's what the binking is.
And I've got one like a word game like that's an open source one that's installed via
F-Droid.
F-Droid, yeah.
Mm.
And I've got KDE Connect on it as well, which I have, which is great because then you can text from your computer.
Yeah, I like that.
Also,
and one other one that I got fucking forced into using, and it's to do with dog stuff, pet stuff. Anyway, sorry. I've got Steam on there as well for security. Okay, I've got a few apps on there, but I don't use them. I just get forced into it, basically.
Here's the thing, right? Like so I make very few phone calls, and the only time I use text is basically if I get locked out of an account or it's some sort of, and I even use KeyPass for authentication. So I don't even use it as an authenticator. I just use SMS. It's just all companies that are like, give me a 6-digit code, and like it's a very small. And to be honest, so to me, like I don't even like the only reason I even have a phone anymore is because it's like some sort of identifier, or it fits like there are some requirements for it and that kind of stuff, like government reasons, I guess. But like to be honest, like the thing I was going to say is that like one of the things I've done with my phone that has actually saved is I de-googled it as much as possible. It's still Android, but it's like de-googled as much as possible, including not signed into Google. I use the Aurora store if I need any mainstream apps, and my battery is fucking amazing.
Oh yeah,
like there are days
Google background services
drain your, and also like a lot of the TikToky things they drain, like the video based stuff. But I don't have any of the video based stuff on it. It's not unusual for me to still have 90% battery at the end of the day.
Yeah, I got a lot of battery on this one, but it's a Samsung thing. But it's like I got it.
But you don't have TikTok or Snapchat on it, I'm guessing.
Nothing like that. No.
No.
And I don't even like taking pictures with it. Oh, that's the other thing is people will be like, I'll see something fun. And I'll go, I wish I had my camera with me, and then realise later that I could have taken a picture with this. But it's a shitty. I mean, I've got a pretty low end DSLR because it was like second hand when I got it, and it was, it's probably 20 years old or whatever. But the lenses and everything are great, and they're interchangeable. I could buy a new body with higher pixel count and still have the really good pictures that I like. But with these, as soon as you see a picture off a phone and you look, you try to zoom anything, whatever, you're like, oh my god! And people say, oh, the lenses are great. Oh, the Apple phone has got a great lens. Yeah, but they're fucking that thick. They're clever. They're very good. I can see what they're doing optically. That's quite good, but
they essentially take multiple pictures, do some AI stuff on them, fill in.
Yes.
And then
and all you see is all the JPEG nonsense with interpolated pixels, and you cannot possibly, anybody that's using one of these and claiming to be professional in any way when it comes to photography, it needs to fuck off, because you cannot take good photos with it. You can get photos that look great, especially if you're only fucking looking at them on a phone. People say, my phone takes great pictures. Yeah, but you're looking at it on a tiny screen with no detail.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. All photographs now, even like on a screen, they go pretty low fidelity. Like if you look at raw photographs, obviously they're crazy detailed, but the use case for pictures that detail is for most people not worth the file size of them. I'm just trying to find where my DSLR is. But the thing is, with phone cameras that I kind of have to defend is that. And now my DSLR is pretty old, so that's obviously going to need to be taken into account. It's good, but modern phone stuff, they're great for dark night photography, like
low light
photography. That's it.
They've democratized the shit out of taking pictures.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to rag on the. Yeah, I don't want to take away that. People, I'm not saying everybody should be a professional photographer just to take a snap. That I get that, but also people are they lose. So many people I know have basically lost all the pictures when they've changed phone. I don't mean they've lost them as in it's gone, it's dead, but because there's the cloud and all that other spy and shit. But they basically just move on to a new life when they change their fucking phone. It's like,
well, it's all. I mean, Google go to Google Photos or the Apple equivalent, like that. Like you take a photo, like it's up there in the cloud, and their AI sort of search engine means that you can search through their photo. I'm sorry, I'm not shilling for Google. I don't use Google Photos. But, like you can type in things like Christmas, and it'll display all your photos. You don't have to put in any metadata. That's kind of freaky. I mean, obviously, what's going on the back end? I mean, any privacy advocate would be raising red flags left and right with that kind of thing, or even environmentalism. That level of AI thing is probably burning through shit tons of electricity.
Yep.
Like,
yeah, I mean, it's the storage as well. It's just like, everybody's stuff is always stored forever, and But the problem is, what if? Apple have had it, haven't they? They've been hacked and stuff, and people's stuff has been exposed.
Everyone's been hacking these days is a when and not an if. Like, I mean, taxes have been hacked, or like, or is it HMRC's been hacked? The American.
But this is because they get contracted to shitty stuff. I mean, I remember when I had a business, and this freaked me the fuck out. And I knew it was somebody's brother-in-law somewhere had been given a nudge and a wink, and you can make a company to do this job, can't you? HMRC's accounting software for business for self-employed people, for businesses, was a Flash application on a CD. It was Flash, and it was obvious. No fucking programmer, even at that point in time, would have said, "All right, I'm going to build this thing for the HMRC. It's got to be cross-platform." Blah. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll make it out of a web application, a dodgy web back end, front end.
Is Salad Fingers made with Flash?
It's what? Sorry.
Is Salad Fingers made with Flash?
I have no idea what
you
that
don't know
is.
Salad Fingers. Go and watch Salad Fingers.
Oh, given when it was, probably, yeah.
Yeah, Weeble and Bob, I think, was Flash, if that's any help to you.
It's probably that. It feels similar era of animation.
Yeah.
Anyway, upshot of all this, if Hamish or I had been Julie Mao, Miller would have been carrying like a desktop PC.
No, he would just have gone in and did what he did with his phone. With his little device, he would have just downloaded the files and moved on, Because that's what he does with our communications.
So is there? I think you've mentioned this before. There's no in-plot reason for all these transparent screens, right?
No, it's just what you do in sci-fi these days.
Yeah.
This would be what it would look like. Anyway, right? Like,
because that is transparent, right?
Yeah, that just went transparent when you did that. Yeah, with the background.
Yeah.
I mean, it does. It does.
I don't know why it's picking up my coat.
Like, I get why they do it. It looks fancy and futuristic, but. Maybe that's enough. Maybe it's just you just get.
It's just a design choice.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder. Talking about design choices,
But like in Alien, it's very old-fashioned looking. I mean, I guess it wasn't at the time. It's like an 80s looking, like terminal kind of computer. And there has been some shows where they've, what's the show that you like from Apple, Chris, where he goes into work? Severance.
They've got great computers there.
Looking computers, yeah.
What do they look like? Sorry, I missed you. You dropped it a wee bit.
Like 70s, 80s computers.
Oh, right.
Like Fallout 3.
Well, the thing is that if you look at Alien, because that's 1979, so they made it in 78. They've got a real weird mix of 70s, 80s desktop-y things that were to come. They sort of before, because the very first desktop home computer type, all in one case type things that's just come out,
like a virtual terminal,
yeah, like a workstation sort of thing. But at the same time, they've got the mother computer, like the mainframe thing in a room with all those lights and everything. And those, when I was obviously when we were growing up, maybe not Chris obviously, but maybe when we were growing up, computers like. Before somebody in the late 70s, my uncle sort of came out and explained that, you can get a computer at home now, and he was going to get a ZX Spectrum. So this was the turn of the 80s, basically. And the ZX80 and 81 were around, and the Spectrum was coming out, so 81, 82. before that, my idea of a computer came literally just from sci-fi shows. So you're talking about HAL from 2001, or even in Doctor Who, when they were trying to be futuristic and miniaturizing things, it was still a whole room worth of stuff, because mini computers were what they called them at the time.
Whopper in War Games.
Oh yeah, Whopper in War Games takes a whole, whole room.
Oh, I need to rewatch that again. War Games. I remember watching War Games. Loved it.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Well, and it's nerdy nostalgia stroke.
Yeah. And all the stuff he uses, like Whopper.
Those are 8-inch floppy disks, by the way, that he uses. Pay attention. Next time you watch it, pay attention. It's an MSI computer.
Yeah, but it's all like all his computer in his bedroom. It's all proper computer hardware and all.
Yeah, that's of the time real stuff. Yeah.
Actually, I got
typing in it, making noises when you type in. But even the thing that reads out, because when he gets text messages from a modem, that he's got a speaker thing that he plugs in that reads it out. And I thought that was the one bullshit bot, but no,
that's a speech synthesizer from that time. Yeah.
How bad is it, or how good?
It's all right.
Would you like to play a nice game of chess?
Oh yes, I remember it now. And that was real. Okay.
And what I love about that film, and I think more, I was always disappointed that I missed this era. Sorry, this is going on all over the place now. Was acoustic couplers? Do you know what an acoustic coupler is, Chris?
Yeah. I haven't.
Drew knows. Right. And because we were talking about phones earlier, like Discord's got the little that shaped phone icon. Phones were like that, and it was an acoustic coupler was a flexible device. No, not that old. It was a flexible device that had like two headphone sort of shaped things on it, and it was a speaker and a headphone, and you just smooshed the phone into the foam bits. And it did its communication over that. That's how your modem worked.
Yeah, I've seen that in a film.
Your modem didn't connect to the phone line. Your modem just connected to your computer.
Do that.
Plugged your phone in.
They do that in Sneakers, 1992 film with Robert Redford. And
possibly.
One of my favourite films. Ben Kingsley, Sidney Poitier.
It's weird. It's a weird bunch of people for a film that was about something futuristic, really.
Well, it was also a Cold War film. There's loads to it, but yeah, like it was. I love it. It's one of my favorite films of all time because it
should be off where we do guilty pleasure films. That should be one of yours.
We keep talking about doing other things, but we have to try and keep up with the ones we're doing.
Yeah.
That's absolutely a guilty pleasure.
No, it's not, because I like the blind guy is great in it, and who's the James Earl Jones does like a one scene cameo.
Really?
He does a phone-in voice.
It's one of those things I've seen once.
Yeah, I was saying at the time. So yeah, I got very vague.
Because the thing is, I like about it is that
with, was it Hugh Jackman, like Swordfish or something, where he's
John Travolta.
I remember there's a scene where
Harry Berry.
Yeah, there's a scene where like he's
know Halle Berry's the scene with Halle Berry.
Yeah, he's applying for the job of a hacker, and to prove how good a hacker he is, he has to hack something while getting a blowjob.
All right. I need to go for more of those interviews.
Yeah,
that's a very, very, and also there's something that for some reason is stuck in my brain in that film where they're spying on the protagonist and Halle Berry, and they go, "Oh, she's out of his league," and it's like, no, because they're both Hollywood like movie star levels. Like, I don't understand the comment. Like,
you're supposed to believe that
he's a nerd.
He actually is.
Yeah, like that's kind of. And also the other thing I remember about it is John Travolta with his face like burnt off. I thought that was like quite.
How do you remember so much about these fucking films from the 90s?
I've only seen it once, and it was like in the middle of the night on like Sky Movies or something.
Some things that stick in my head, but no, I don't know. I tend to. Yeah, probably some things are like that with me.
Some of the weirdest things that stick in my head are like where Walt Disney animated films use the same like skeleton for their animation in their 2D drawn stuff again and again. So certain characters from completely different Disney films will repeat gestures and micro gestures in such a way that across several films, those stick in my head. There's just like little things where they reuse.
I've not really seen that much Disney, to be honest. Even as a kid, I was never that into it. I
don't even know. I don't even know how that how the animation of that era works. Like part of my brain
Well,
still
it's
thinking,
cut,
someone's
isn't
just
it?
there drawing
Cutouts and
a
cells
frame.
and stuff, isn't it? It's all a bit.
Yeah, but then how do they have like animation skeletons that they can use like 30 years apart that still are the same? I mean, do they do it on purpose?
They filmed, like they rotoscoped a lot of their early stuff. Like they film it and then trace over it. So I assume they have a ton of like stock. Here's somebody like doing this gesture. Here's somebody doing it, and they just trace over it when they need it.
Yeah, that's
like video games do, I suppose, isn't it?
Like
That's why any character can do the same silly dance that some Fortnite character does or whatever.
Fortnite, yeah, that's.
But no, Amy and I grew up in the dark days for Disney, so we're not. We're not.
Disney Disney when we were kids was. They made there's even a horror film.
Fox and Hound, which is fucking depressing and not particularly entertaining with it. I can't even remember much else that was Disney at the time.
Most of the Disney that was around when I was a kid was live action.
Disney, when we were kids, Disney was like a thing of the past that our parents that had fallen.
It was already in the past for us. Yeah, it wasn't something that seemed like it was going to come back.
We're into Disney again. It's like I thought that was gone. We're done with that.
Yeah, I thought I was on like maybe a wave of resurgence because I remember I got to distinguish the new ones from the old ones now, but it was like Aladdin was right in my proper age.
You've got to watch Ted the series. You guys
I've seen
got.
It.
Oh, we did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. So it's good.
Wait a minute. Do you want to talk about this after we stop the video because it's getting quite long? Have we finished all the?
Anything more to say about the Expanse, or did we cover everything?
No, we have not covered anything.
Go. Maybe pick out the important ones because we probably
like
we're over 2 hours now for sure.
Okay, Rocinante. We've only glanced over that, haven't we? So they've got a ship that is super high tech, looks like a junker. The Martian guy is taken off board because Fred Johnson is like, look, I'm a military man. I'll give him a military burial, even though he was UN and it was
he wants to send them back home, back to Mars.
Because that's, and I think they do that in the army, don't they? They have like, in wars they trade bodies, like almost like outside the war. It's like
It's absurd, but it's a bit of humanity showing through the madness, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't often know how in reality that always does pan out. But it like, as I understand it from media, military people kind of have this truce when it comes to
I mean, it's stupid. It's like the Christmas truce and everything. It's like, wait a minute, like do you realize that you people on the battlefields have this power the entire time? The power to just stop and not do something that's benefiting one or two people in somewhere that's millions of miles. Sorry, back to the Expanse, but thousands of miles away from.
People always tell the Christmas truce story, like, isn't that a lovely thing to have happened? But no, because they went back to fighting the next fucking day.
So it's not.
I'm pretty sure that's propaganda, to be honest. I'm pretty sure most of that's bullshit.
No, there is one document.
One thing off the middle that they made much bigger than it.
Yeah, but the point is, these people were able to do that.
Even what it's trying to communicate is fucking stupid. Like, if they learned that they could, like as Hamish said, if they learned that they could stop fighting, then
why not stop fighting?
We get off track so fucking quickly.
I know, but we're going to get on track there, weren't we?
So we're probably worse for it. I mean, I'm certainly worse for it now because my brain's a bit get scattered and fried from.
Well, you've been hanging around with us too much ever since the start of this show.
You just got up. Hamish got things going on, and I'm like, it's my bedtime, so I think we're all floaty.
Weird places. But the end of the show is that the Rocinantes made up to look like something. They're going off on. What's the mission they're going off on, Chris? There we go. I'll let you do something.
Of course. This is like the most important bit of the show, right? Okay,
it's the cliffhanger.
Lionel Polanski, right? Is that the name?
Oh yes.
Roman Polanski.
Like Lionel Polanski. Now it's interesting. Some things you said earlier, but I'm not going to.
Okay, so Lionel Polanski. They even mentioned that that's probably a code name or incognito name of some kind. What did he do? So shortly after the Doniger blew up. He got some coordinates from this Lionel Polanski,
I think it's
who said,
Doniger, yeah.
or the Kant, but I think the Doniger, but it's deep into Mars territory or something, or it's in dangerous, like
There's Martian patrols around.
Martian patrols or something. So they want so basically it's part of this deal, right? So basically,
well, it's on Ceres, isn't it? No, it's not Ceres. It's
Tycho.
No, it's what's the other? No, there's another asteroid that they go to. Come on, Drew, help me out here.
It's not Anderson, Phoebe Station.
Is it Phoebe? It may be Phoebe. Hang on.
Oh yeah, because we're starting to. More people are talking about Phoebe Station. What fucking happened on Phoebe Station? What fucking happened on Phoebe Station?
Oh no, Phoebe Station's where the mysterious thing started.
Yeah,
Mary Rose type of thing. So Miller's like, okay, what?
You mean Mary Celeste?
Mary Celeste, yeah. Is the Mary Rose the one that sank?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Mary Celeste, yeah. So basically, so Miller, he's like, oh, okay, something happened on Ceres that was big, or something maybe was discovered on Ceres that was quite big. Ceres is obviously a fulcrum. No, that's
Phoebe.
not the word I'm looking. Phoebe Station is a
starting some sort of origin of something going on.
It is. Like it is a fulcrum
Eros.
point.
Eros. That's where we're headed.
Pivoting point. Eros. Oh yes. EROS. Right. Have we seen anything from Eros so far?
No,
I don't think so.
Okay. So
one thing that we can mention that one object is from Eros State. Well, no, actually, it isn't. Never mind.
Oh, it's not from Eros.
No.
Okay. So that's a complete forget.
Close your eyes for a minute, Chris.
Okay. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to readjust my light. Actually, I've not got enough light.
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah. That's from Eros. Definitely.
Sorry, I'm afraid I know. I just out of the cornerest corner of my eye, I know what that is. It's Miller's hat.
Yeah.
Miller's hat's from Eros.
It's actually not, but it kind of is.
Yeah. That'll be explained soon.
Okay, yeah. Because I was a bit thinking, you alluded that Miller's hat was going to be relevant, and obviously it's relevant.
It's not anything expensive.
It's not a large mechanical part of the story or anything. It's just it's a little aside part.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing though. They have these little Easter eggs. Is it just an Easter egg or is it a
Sometimes
Christmas
it's
egg.
sometimes it's the other. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's Christmas egg.
So Lionel Polanski, right? So
can I just say that shirt is lovely.
Oh, charity shop.
Really nice. I love it.
Yeah, I quite like it as well. Yeah. So Lionel Polanski, it could be a person for all we know at this point. It could be an AI. So Ceres Station is almost certainly going to have something to do with the
Eros. You mean? They're leaving, right?
No. I'll go back a few steps. So Phoebe Station.
Sorry.
They talk about Phoebe Station. Well, they talk about it all over the shop in scattered components. So we obviously
particularly the Martians want to know what they thought that's where Holden had come from.
They were like, went to Phoebe Station.
Yeah, and then Miller's sort of clocking onto Phoebe Station. Something big happened at Phoebe Station. So there's the Martians. There's so now does Fred Johnson talk about it?
Can't remember honestly.
Don't remember. But this is obviously what. So the mystery thickens. Where obviously maybe the big reveal of season 1 is what happens at the station, or maybe even before then, or whatever. We know the basics of it because it was explained in the last episode, but yeah, obviously the plot thickens and to find out what happened on Phoebe Station is going to have something to do with Lionel Polanski, who probably has maybe some information or something like that. But so originally, Fred Johnson seemed to be like, look, you've just brought a good ship to me, and I really could use it to go into to Eros. So I'd like to crew it up and ta-ta. And then they managed to negotiate, go, okay, look, if we can keep the ship, we'll do the mission for you. That's basically what I'm gathering the gist of the rule is. And then, like,
you were going to mention, it's kind of important. Samuel Johnson takes the SD card off Lopez, which has the tactical data from the Donager battle.
Oh, I couldn't remember if that happened in this episode or next one, and that's why I didn't want to say anything. But yeah, now that you've said it, and I'm like, right, okay, yeah, he does do that, because that's part of the. I'll make sure he gets sent home. And he does, in all fairness, he does. Yeah, I'm sure he arranges for Lopez to be sent back to Mars. Lopez's body to be sent back to Mars, but he takes the data from Lopez's sensor suit and log files and everything.
Yeah. So he's so Johnson's going to be well in the know. So he's obviously like working the angles. So also it makes sense that the crew of the Rocinante is they would in some ways probably even feel safer going on this dangerous mission, because if they hang around at Tycho, like they might just get jettisoned out of an airlock when they're not looking for.
Also, I think Fred Johnson was telling the truth when he said, if the Martians come by and see your stolen Martian frigate, like they're not going to be happy about that. That's probably true.
Yeah, you've got a very expensive piece of gear here that we're basically.
Like I said earlier, it's not the thing about that's a nice ship you've got there, and it'd be terrible if the Martians found out you had it. It's not entirely a lie either. Even though it was
he's having
they've essentially sold a destroyer ship, a missile destroyer or something from the U.S. Navy.
I mean, you'd have it made if you managed to have full access. Like that's kind of like having a military floating base or something like that. Like that's kind of.
They give you an idea of the size of it though.
Yeah, 30 crew.
You got me saying other things, but by Fred Johnson saying, you've not got a squad of Marines in there, or you'd have sent some of them out as a show of force, and he sort of talks through the tactical side of it as a military thing. And he says, "There's two of you here. That means that I reckon that means there's like 2 or 3 of you back on. 2 or 3 people left on there at most."
Yeah, I love how accurate he is with that.
Yeah, and he also says that Holden says, "I'm just a messenger," and he goes, and blah blah blah, and that means you're not, you're playing dumb, but you're the guy in charge, or you think you're in charge, which I think is a bit of a zing.
See, I think it'd be kind of funny if he came out and goes, "Look, if you had Marines on that ship, why the fuck are you coming out in janitor's uniform?"
Yeah, they do.
Pure and clean. You're going to shine my boots.
Decorating.
Yeah, it's like all right, plastering work needs to over there. It's like.
But it's good that he calls it. He susses them all out. And basically, I think he's not quite on the nose with Amos, but he gets Holden, because he also knows about Holden's broadcast and everything, so he knows all that stuff. And then but I like that he's got it like tactically, and he's worked it all out and everything. But then they've also thought about what he might do, given that he's got a space station with mechanics and people that can spacewalk and equipment to cut through hulls, and he goes, there's they've got an ace up their sleeve as well, as it, they know how to use the gunship. As you say, I didn't think it would be jailbroken, as you used the phrase.
Yeah, I have a theory, and I'm pretty.
We need a jingle for we need a jingle. Chris says, "I have a theory."
I have a theory, right?
Oh,
there's foreshadowing to support this one.
The only thing I've got
actually, it's Avasarala actually who kind of sort of ticks me off when she mentions that Fred or John Fredson is overcharging the Mormons for toilet seats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like that. Could be interpreted in quite a few different ways. It could mean that, like, it basically means what's he doing there, right? Or it could mean we know he's scamming them. But we also know when they come onto the ship, he's basically trying to take their ship. He's probably going to do the same thing with the Mormons, isn't he? He's probably like, I'm going to build you a nice big ship. Or look at all these bells and whistles. This is all lovely.
He already chucked them all off so he could secretly use their sensors.
Exactly.
2 episodes back, to spy on the rest of the solar system.
Yeah.
I've just realised something else. We've completely missed out the Avasarala stuff, and there's quite a lot. And we're already quite far in here.
The thing with the ship is very much like when you buy your sister a Christmas present as like, a Game Boy, and it's like, oh, you don't want that very much.
There's a Simpsons thing, isn't there? It's like Wallet Inspector. That's it. Like, yeah, it's like, all right, Wallet Inspector. Right. And then
So, Avasarala, can we jump? Have you got notes, Chris? If you've got notes and we stay on target, let's go for it. But if not,
okay, right, let's try and knock this one out.
We're hours in. Take your time.
Yeah, Avasarala. Right, so she tries to get eyes on John Fredson. So she is probably. So this is like some sort of retired guy, civilian, former intelligence, still as a spy for reasons because I don't know, spies never retire or something like that. Or maybe he's just a business dude at this point. I mean, I do like his outfit.
He's a business dude at this point, and he's got a spy to do industrial espionage, essentially.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, it's industrial espionage rather than government espionage.
I love his suit, and I love his like... what I like about this is that it's, like, slightly different to suits, but also, like, it's believably different. Like, it looks... Because it's, like, he's got the collarless shirt that... like they're quite pop, like that you see them quite a lot in like India and like with the
as well.
Sorry,
popular in the 90s. The collarless suit and shirt.
Yeah. That came mostly from Aliens, I think. That was the futuristic suits that the people wore at the board.
It is following a trajectory. If you look at like the Elizabethan era and then Victorian, and if you plot that trajectory, suits are getting simpler. Yeah, it's plausible.
Yeah. But it's but simpler, but they still look fancy, like night. Like
you still know it's formal.
Yeah.
Not as formal. Although this is a guy going to the aquarium, so I don't, like.
Yeah, but he's also meeting with the third in command of the UN.
So, yeah, but like we've all seen Donald Trump in that ill-fitting polo shirt and khaki combo. Christ, money can't buy you fucking style, can it? So
money can't buy
I
you
don't know.
Taste. I used that phrase a long time ago, talking about a poker player, very famous poker player, and it was on a place where he heard it.
Oh, is that like? That reminds me of the time when we were playing Left 4 Dead, and then a rando came in and started being like really crap, and then you started like going, "Who's this fucking joker? Who doesn't have a clue?" And then it turns out, you were on mic on all the time. I think the thing is though.
Anyway, Avasarala.
Okay, right, yeah. Let's not do it. So she's obviously in the know about. Now, I think Avasarala is in pursuit of the truth. She's ruthless in pursuit of the truth. So she'll. But I think.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to have any personal agenda. I think that's what makes you sort of warm to her and forgive her a little bit for stuff.
There's literally the scene where I can't remember where. The one above her, sorry, and he says to her, "Is this personal?" And she goes, "Yep."
Damn right, it's personal.
Okay.
Because her son had died in the military or something. Yeah. So there is a bit of that. Okay, that's probably her driving force, if there is one outside of.
But I love that she just says yes, and he's like, "Fair enough."
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't. In reality, you can't hide it. Like you just look like you're lying at that stage because it's like.
But I note the thing she does in this. So she meets this guy you're talking about. Let's keep on. She meets this guy you're talking about, and she basically blackmails him essentially into letting her use his spy. by suggesting that, oh, your son's in prison, he's up for parole. And she, and the guy says, well, he made one mistake, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, there he is.
One murder.
I don't know what he's in for, but he made one mistake, blah, 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 blah. You're not going to play that card. And she says, yes, I am. Because, from Avasarala's point of view, it's important. It could be, like you say, the whole point of this first series is there could be a huge war. And she's essentially trying to avoid that.
Yeah.
So she gets in trouble for this, what she's doing here, because he's like saying, look, like because you can look at this from two ways, right? You can either say she's saying, I'll offer a helping hand with your son on the parole board if you cooperate and let me use your spy, or she's saying I'm going to put the kibosh on him getting parole. You can look at this in a positive or a negative way. It's a little bit like when women get accused of sleeping up the career ladder. Is it they're offering sexual favors for advancement, or are the superiors refusing advancement and gatekeeping it behind sexual favors? Like, there's two ways of looking at it, and So
this is CSI Chris.
CSI Chris. But the thing is, if you were in that guy's position, he also, one of the things that I do notice, and I find this so pertinent to politics as a whole, is despite the fact that she's blackmailing him, they still have the civility of it. And it reminds me a little bit of like when you see like Barack Obama being really nice to George W. Right? Like, and and even to the point where it's
government, he's private sector. She's essentially asking him for a favor. Like, he's not really losing anything. He's not inclined to help her because he's tired of it all.
At the risk of going slightly aside, the Bush-Obama thing is I know what you're saying, but also they're all part of the same team anyway.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, it's like that. So they're civil in the same way, or even the fact that, like, Hillary Clinton went to Donald Trump's wedding. Like it's
Jesus, didn't know that. But...
photographs and everything.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's what's annoying about politics is they're all and this is. I should probably save this for a politics podcast, but this is what annoys me. Now, I like this lady. I think she's a really good local politician. Good for her area. I think, oh God, have I brought this up before? But she did something which is not, massively unforgivable or anything, but she doesn't... And she got piled on and treated badly in social media, and that's all wrong. But she doesn't seem to see what she did wrong fundamentally, and that was she went to she was quite a young politician. I'm not going to name names. You probably know who I'm talking about anyway. But she was the MP for a certain area in London. She did she does a really good job there and everything. But essentially, she treats. There was like another young Tory MP who she went to it wasn't Glastonbury, but she went to that sort of thing with her as her friend and everything, and people were like, how can you do that? And she's like, oh, well, it's outside of work and everything. It's like, but my point of view of that is, no, that your job means a lot more than just being at an office 9 to 5 and coming home. That is somebody who's actively hurting people that you're supposed to be helping. This was at the height of the coalition and stuff. And it's you can't just say, oh, it's just my day job when it comes to politics, when it comes to people's, it's people's lives.
The moral issue rather than,
it's not like, oh, you're on a different... It's not like saying, oh, he plays for Everton, he plays for Liverpool, they shouldn't be friends. And that's the attitude she had, and that's what annoyed me about it. Was that she was like, well, we're just on different teams, but this is people's lives. This isn't just a game. And that's what made me think, she's good at her local area, but she doesn't have any clue about how much influence. I mean, she's a freaking MP. She should know how much influence and consequence there is to what they do on a day-to-day basis, Anyway, sorry. But
I think a lot of it, I think a lot of it, I mean, it's a class thing of sorts, but like,
They talk about the political class, don't they? And that's what's obvious about these people in this scene, is that they're part of a political class.
Because it's not by sheer like random coincidence that there's a Commons bar, right? Like, it's like, and in the House of Lords, they have this rule where, like, so if they're eating like dinner in the hall of the House of Lords, the rule is you go up to doesn't matter what order you come into, you go up to the end of the table and you stack down, if I recall correctly. So people are sitting next to people, like basically random seating arrangement, and there are like rules behind how lords can address each other and talk to each other. It's like civility politics in a very formalized fashion.
Yeah, the whole House of the Parliament's got a lot of that nonsense in it.
A lot of that. Well, it's to obviously enshrine the political class.
Exactly.
The kind of reading is it's to encourage bipartisanship and cooperation between the.
That's what. You could say that.
What it reveals is they're all on the same side anyway. They're all against us.
Yeah, exactly. But back to the point of this. Sorry, that was me that hijacked that one a bit. But the point. I know the point you're making is that they're on. They're.
But the thing is, so
this is more like Trump asking Bezos for a favor, which
yes, that's what it's more like than two different politicians. Yeah.
Well, like Trump and Elon, like.
No, Bezos, because he owns is it the Washington Post or the?
Oh God, there was a whole thing of people unsubscribing from the Washington Post. Then,
it's because Bezos put the kibosh on Kamala Harris endorsement.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway,
that's like so. So this guy, he goes to jumps ahead. He snitches basically. And he seems like he's got money, he's got like clout, but he doesn't have hard power. It seems at this stage. So Avasarala gets a like what a wink and a nudge pass on, what's the worst he can do? Just watch your back kind of thing. But like if you were that guy, you'd probably feel a bit class betrayed, because it's like, look, you should help me anyway, right? Like,
we're all part of the same club, even though I'm not in the game anymore.
I think it's always quid pro quo, isn't it? In politics, it's always you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I don't think he would expect something for nothing there.
Yeah, but well, see what's interesting here is that he says go straight for the jugular.
Prick.
Yes, I mean he's got West Wing vibes, if I'm honest.
yes.
Yeah. But it's like she goes straight for the jugular. She's like, look, okay, I've asked nicely, do it or your son's fucked. And it's like, Christ, where did that come from?
So I think she's feeling. Well, that's the other thing about Avasarala's. Her. Yeah, it's quite interesting actually. She does a very direct, hands-on, dirty hands thing right at the start of the first series. She's personally interrogating a tortured prisoner. But as time becomes more important and she feels the urgency of what's happening, she starts pulling strings and calling in favours and pressuring people way more and way faster.
It is, to be fair, a little bit absurd that like the third in charge of the UN would be the one interrogating a prisoner. Like, we get it.
Yeah, but like the way I've imagined it in my head is the other, like she's just walking in and just being like, I can imagine that. I can actually imagine
she's not the formal interrogator. She just wants. She's like impatient to get some information, and she just goes straight to the source.
Yeah.
It seems like she understands that this whole situation is time critical, which I think is why she's so direct with him. Like, give me the spiral, fuck your son. Like, I haven't got time for anything more.
Yes, doesn't it? She realizes how all the pieces are starting to pile in, pile up. Well, the dominoes are.
Yeah. So what is curious is this guy here. Now I don't know how important he is to the story, but like it could be the case that this escalation has made him think, should I have a look for my own ends? Like, is there some You know.
Well, you'll never see him again. Don't worry about that. But yeah, I mean that's plausible. Yeah.
I don't know whether to say that or not, but yeah, there you go.
Somebody's just not when they are a one scene character.
Yeah,
I
the
think.
spy is the important part of that comes out of all this.
Well, the fact that you've not used his name in this entire conversation indicates that he's not a main character. Like,
yeah, I can't remember his name.
Who do you think the spy is?
In Tycho. Is this the thing that's hiding in plain sight? Is it Naomi?
No. It's Adam Jensen.
It's the Jensen guy.
Oh,
because it's funny. You're right though. But the first time I saw this, I thought he was a reporter or something.
Oh really?
Yeah, I thought he was like trying to get information just for a story.
Got the little camera in his eye.
Yeah, exactly. But they used that in Battlestar Galactica. That's how the reporters. Wait a minute, they also use that later in. No, they used that later in the Expanse.
Not quite.
What are you talking about? Yeah, they do.
Close your eyes, Chris.
Okay, I'm actually closing my eyes this one because I don't want another Miller's hat incident.
I think it's like around this thing.
We should just.
I'm not quite sure I'm following this one. Sorry. Yeah. But do you know who I'm talking about? The cat, which is much like this. There is a reporter later on, and she uses the same technology and stuff.
Oh, does she? No, she does. You're right. Sorry, yeah, I was thinking the other dude with her.
No. Well, he's they're a team. They're a journalist team, aren't they? Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, no,
it's okay, Chris. We've not spoiled anything. We're just pointing.
Good.
I was just trying to mention two characters without giving any information about who they are and what happens.
Okay.
It's so far in the future that the slightest details you just got out of that are probably useless until then, anyway.
But no, Alexis Tufaxis? That doesn't sound right. What's his name? The Adam Jensen actor.
Oh God,
no.
Elias Tufaxis.
Yeah,
he's literally playing Adam Jensen, basically. Yeah,
that's cool. I like that. See, the thing is, this does referential stuff so well, and I like.
Yeah.
It because it's like Back to the Butcher, like.
Yeah.
I like. It's just like it.
Depends on your accent, I suppose, how that comes up.
Back to the Butcher.
What the fuck was that? Back to the Butcher.
Butcher.
Yeah.
Whereas Back to the Future sounds totally different.
Yeah, but it looks like spelling wise, it kind of
but it does references without being remember this. Look,
yeah, exactly. It's not the member berries.
They do talk about it in the podcast. Tying that guy, Alien and Aliens are a big.
Also, it doesn't go too far the other way. It's not like they're trying to hide their influences. They're like, this is clearly a reference, but we're not going to lampshade it.
I mean, I am convinced there's now. The thing is, Mass Effect is pretty derivative as it is, right? Like that borrows from everything. Yeah. But I swear there's stuff that borrows from Mass Effect.
Without a doubt, yeah. I don't think they take anything in particular from Mass Effect, but I think they take a vibe.
Oh well, the club on Tycho is completely a Mass Effect club.
Yes, but that looks like every sci-fi club ever.
Yes, it does. With lesbians making out in the corner and all.
Oh, yeah, the lesbians making out. Yeah. Oh, that's the future. Lesbians can make out in clubs now.
Yeah.
What is this? The 1990s?
Yeah.
Right. So
anyway, next point on a clock. Yeah.
I think
this podcast. I usually have like 1.5.
I mean, you say the Avasarala stuff is important bit, but. Also, they also
well, it introduces the spy, and we now know who he's currently spying for. That's quite important. And on, yeah.
Well, we don't know the spy yet, though. We have not.
You do. You see him.
You see him in the pub. You know when.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you see him later, he's inveigled himself somewhere else. You must remember.
Oh. You catch a glimpse of him, don't you?
Yeah, he's on the. Yeah, but it's a little bit of a zoom in thing that we're talking about earlier. He does. He's on the. He gets himself on to the crew.
Yeah.
The fake crew. Not the actual Rocinante crew, but the fake crew that go with them as
Yeah. Naomi was the spy.
I also he's also Alex used to be married. We find that out.
Yeah. Not anymore.
It's brilliant that Amos knows that he's not, because he goes, "Oh, you know," shows his ring off, and Amos just calls bullshit instantly. He says, "No, you're not. Not
tricks. You're not married." I also love the little bit where it's a little like comedy bit, but he's talking to Amos, and then the camera pans to Alex, and then back again, and Amos is gone, and there's just a woman sitting there. He's paid to sit there to listen to him.
Is that the same episode?
Yeah.
Is that the wrong guy? Oh, it's out. Spoilers.
No,
Ignore
it's been. I think that's been.
that has. That was this episode, wasn't it?
No, I think that was a couple of episodes ago.
Oh, was it really? Oh, okay.
When they run a bar in series, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, not series. Oh God, no. No, I'm getting confused. Yeah, that happens at some point in this show.
Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah,
it's just a little comedy thing, though.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It's they're spying. The spy is on Holden and Naomi.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, that's where you see him most towards the end of the show.
And then later you see him on the Rossi.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to see if I can. Oh, there we go. Uplink secured. Zoom and enhance.
When he talks, he just sounds like Adam Jensen.
God, yeah. Like I see. I don't recognize him because obviously I know him from voice. I did listen to I played through some of the Deus Ex 3 with the director commentary, which I quite enjoyed. It's an interesting way to do it. But it's interesting here. Adam Jensen.
Have you seen that video of Elias Toufexis playing Mankind Divided?
Yes.
While he's being kind of interviewed. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I love that one. So this is the. Oh, you can't see it.
I love it's always just off to one side.
Yeah. you need to get things that go in the middle.
Yeah, I do. Or at least yeah, or crop. Yeah, I could crop it properly or something.
There he is. There's Elias Toufexis' ear.
Yeah, it's not a particularly famous ear, unfortunately. I got something mildly better, but it's a bit of a close up. Yeah. That's the equipment.
That's a bit closer, yeah.
See that's human eye, space eye.
yeah, space. Everything's got to have space. You know, it's like it's a bar, but it's a space bar.
Space bar.
Oh no, wait a minute, space bar. That's in the bottom of your keyboard, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Also, one question. I don't know if I've covered this in my notes, right? So
we're almost at 3 hours, by the way.
Oh, okay. Just one thing. They're terraforming Mars. Is terraforming Mars an absolute ball ache because they've got to get resources from places like Ceres, right?
Yeah,
part of it.
Wouldn't it make more sense to terraform somewhere in the belt? Because
Mars has got an atmosphere
Sorry, mate. Every time we talk, it cuts you off.
No, go
because you don't have headphones. Yeah, I was going to say that there's more to terraform because it's one of these things that's a wee bit bullshitty that people talk about terraforming Mars very soon and everything, but there's a lot of problems. One is the atmosphere is not suitable, and it needs a lot of things done to it. It does have an atmosphere, and it's enough mass to hold an atmosphere. But the magnetosphere is possibly not safe. There's a lot more radiation and stuff. We're at Earth is like a it's a complete what's the word I'm looking for? A joining of coincidences. There's a phrase.
Like a Goldilocks zone type thing.
No, there's a way of putting it. It's circumstances have all come together nicely. I mean, Goldilocks zone is a way of putting it, but it's not. This isn't what I was thinking about. But yeah,
serendipity.
What did Drew say?
Serendipitous.
Happy accident.
Yeah, you get the right idea. Every time you keep talking, Chris, I can't hear Drew because Drew's got his cancellation thing on. So, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Things all come together, but there are a lot more things than we realise. We think about air and water and temperature and stuff, but there's a lot more going on.
Dirt. It's gonna take a lot of effort to get dirt up there.
Well,
that's actually one of the problems. I read about this recently. The dirt on Mars is basically like crushed glass.
Yeah, it's dead.
And if you breathe it in, it will shred your lungs.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
So they would need to do something fundamental to the soil.
Yeah, there's a lot to be done, but the very simple, the simplest or the biggest, most obvious part that people miss is the protection from radiation that we get from Earth. Because even if you go to the moon, which is quite close to Earth, you're immediately getting so much more radiation and stuff, and that's not protected by an atmosphere. That's protection by magnetosphere.
So presumably, like, it would be just easier to just build a planet-sized space station then.
But they want to live and breathe under a sky, though.
Yeah, I mean, because they can live under the domes, like they can build.
Yeah, they live in domes already.
Oh, yeah, like you said in the last one, is the younger people sort of like.
This is true to a certain extent with every episode, but this episode is at the precipice of a lot of stuff happening, and I can't wait for you to watch the next few episodes because all of the stuff you're talking about is answered. I mean, Bobby's character in the way she
does
behaves.
She come out in the series 1? I don't think she does. I think it's series 2. She comes in.
First episode
series 2.
Yeah. And you see her thinking about the terraforming of Mars.
Oh yeah, she has a sort of daydreamy visualization thing in her helmet and stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah. Don't want to say too much about it, but all of the stuff you're thinking about will get a little bit resolved as we move on.
Yeah, because
once you get to know more about the Martians themselves, I suppose.
Yeah. With Tycho Station, because obviously it's massive, but like. In space, not only do you have zero gravity, so you can do heavy construction, I would assume with relative ease, or to the point where the size is kind of irrelevant. But also with space, you've got a lot of space. Like you don't have to be space efficient. In fact, there's probably benefits to not being space efficient.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to build things in shapes. You just have to tack it on.
Well, look at the International Space Station. I mean,
exactly.
That's not designed to come back ever. That's going to stay in orbit. That's going to. Well, that's another thing. We were talking about this before. Maybe I'm a bit more awake today. If we wanted to, very briefly, I'm not going to go on about this because we'll save it for another episode. But some of the science that we were talking about before, when we were talking about gravity and stuff. I didn't get things entirely wrong, but there was a few things that I didn't make very clear, and I will do that in the future. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'll clarify some of that in the future about the difference between low gravity, no gravity, and G forces caused by movement.
Yeah, because one thing that I was thinking about on Tycho, and this is going to be like one of the last things, is like it looks like on Tycho Station that they have gravity. Now, obviously, one of the things that science fiction often gets wrong is how gravity works, because it's like object in motion stays in motion, things in a vacuum fall at the same speed, yada yada, right? However, but they've got mag boots, which pin them to the floor, right? So that does that simulate gravity, or do they actually have gravitational fields on Tycho?
Tycho's a spinning ring. If you imagine the ring, they're walking along the outside surface of the outside side of the ring, and that's because it's spinning. You're getting I can never remember centripetal versus centrifugal, but whichever one of those pushes out.
Yeah, I mean it's a spire central.
Yeah, which is actually that doesn't create gravity.
No, not at all.
It creates a force that feels like gravity.
Yeah, the difference between G force and actual gravity is quite important when it comes to how things react. But also, the other thing I could say that's perfectly feasible. I don't know if it's. I'm not going to read the whole damn thing, but there's 2 counter-rotating parts. Incidentally, I just caught that on the wiki before I closed the window. The other way you can get G-force is just by moving, as we see on the ships when they move. So Tycho Station isn't fixed to anything. Their construction work is fixed to the station, so they could be moving around. They could be going in a large orbit. They could be making a linear path, whatever. If they align things properly, as you say, they don't need a shape to be aerodynamic or anything. So there's all sorts of ways they could do it. But what I like about this show is they generally explain how they do it. So,
I mean, technically, by the laws of space, or laws of physics rather, you need very little. you need very little, presumably, like energy to move even a station as massive as that, right? Like, because
Well,
you've got
compared to getting it out of Earth's gravity, to launch something off Earth, you're fighting against Earth's gravity. To launch something in space, it's just inertia.
Yeah, you're just
yeah.
So it still could be if it's something like the Navoo, it's still going to take a shit ton of energy to get that thing moving. But once it's moving, it will carry on moving without you doing anything.
Although presumably, if you wanted to be energy efficient, could there be a way that you would just slowly wind up to a top speed?
Yeah,
that's how it does work.
Yeah.
That's the only way to make it work. In physics, you can only accelerate and decelerate, and then accelerate in another direction. There's no such thing as decelerate. I don't like that. But you can only accelerate in along one vector and then accelerate in the reverse vector to slow down.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. You can't. This is the thing. There's no friction. There's no road. You're not on a wheel. That can make you. It's counter. A lot of physics seems intuitive, and it isn't really, because we live on a planet with gravity and friction and air resistance. And
in a lot of space shows, spaceships in space will behave like aeroplanes, because that's what makes sense in our heads. There's not many shows that actually do the proper like Newtonian physics. But Battlestar Galactica did too, to a large extent, the new one.
But
they did have gravity plates though, or gravity fields. Or something. They did get around that one way, and the inertial dampers of some sort. They had that sort of thing as well.
How expensive would it be to film a show in literal, like even low gravity?
Well, they do it for movies sometimes with the plane.
The plane.
The vomit comet. Yeah, there is no difference between what's happening in that. The vomit comet and what's happening on an orbit around the planet.
Or
there's it's not
a roller coaster for
Yeah. It's not gravity that's changed, because what's happening, the reason that that things work differently, they're not static. They are falling towards the planet and missing constantly, if you like. It's a right angle. There's a right. That's how you make an orbit around an object. You're missing it at a right angle, if you like.
Because you got gravity pulling something towards Earth, but then.
Sorry, I was going to filming a show in space would be quite expensive, I think.
Well, they've got the International Dave Station.
We'll launch up to it.
International Babe Station.
International Babe Station. Hang on a minute. I've got something to propose to you.
No,
International Babe Station would be an Elon Musk thing, wouldn't it? Like he would do. That's going to be a thing, isn't it?
Well, let's not get sidetracked, because we can talk in a minute. But I want to finish the video. So.
By the way, the only
sensible.
takeaway I've got from this is that Johnson's going to steal the Mormon's ship, and it's going to be hilarious.
That's your theory, is it? Right.
That's
okay.
my theory. In a funny way.
Obviously, we're not going to. Yes or no.
I think.
How much would you be willing to bet on that idea?
Yeah, that's an interesting question.
Oh, I mean, I've got some biscuits on my desk here or something. To be honest, I feel like they're setting up for it in a very obvious way. So maybe it's a bait and switch. Maybe the Mormons might steal Ceres or something. Get everyone off Ceres.
Yeah, the comedy night just turns into a revolution. A takeover, a coup.
But yeah, now you mentioned that the Mormons were kind of.
I think, without commenting on how accurate what you're saying is, when I watched this for the first time, I believe they do this big ship. Mm-hmm. Nobody gives a shit about the Mormons. This ship obviously going to be useful at some point, so somebody's going to be using the ship that isn't the Mormons.
Yeah, I like the idea of that Mormon. Like, I'd like to see that spin-off where the Mormons actually go on this 100. That's just because it's bizarre. Like, there might
be constant comedy nights as well.
Oh my god, it's the same joke, isn't it? Right, are we done? Are we going to wrap this up?
Let's wrap this up, right? So, thank you guys. Sorry to everybody for this.
Before you sign up, apologise that this is a short one. We'll do a proper one.
Yeah, we'll do a proper edition next time. Cheers. Bye bye.